are you doing, Stone?
We're making breakfast.
Nuking leftover pizza is a crime against humanity.
I'm supposed to wait for the oven to preheat and then cook, and then I have to get out oven mitts? Nah, I'm not doing it. And besides, it's not for me. I'm going to slide the plate under Dan's door.
He still hasn't come out? Can he really be that angry that we made him go into that cubbyhole?
I don't know. He just seems different this season.
Jess, you're holding my hand too tight.
Sam, I'm not holding your hand.
Good evening, everyone. This is Stone Gasman, and this is Season 5, Episode 3 of Region Free. Joining me tonight is Lorne and Dan and Darren and Dirk. How is everybody tonight?
What's going on?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Going on is great. I mean, I have nothing to say except I got a new job last week and I'm exhausted. So, but what do you guys have to report in your neck of the woods?
It's fucking cold.
But
yeah. On the positive side of life, I found a beverage shop in Pennsylvania, a soda shop called Mr. Soda Pops that sells sodas from all over the country. So I'm able tonight to enjoy a Diet Moxie.
Oh, nice.
And as my backup, which I can get locally, is my RC Zero Sugar.
Yeah.
So I'm caffeinated and awake. I did start a new job as well. And I'm happy not to be hosting.
It's a great idea for a store. Like, just, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Good business.
Little bit of a drive, but it's good.
Yeah, just stock up when you go.
Yep. Just adjusting to the weather change, man. Got a little sick, but, spit that shit out and kept it moving. So,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How's everything in the United Kingdom, Darren?
I was going to say pretty much like what Lorne said. It's cold. It's gone really cold here. Crazy because we had like a 48-hour storm last week, rainstorm. And obviously it warms up a little bit, but I think now on until Christmas is just, January, February is just going to be brutal.
Yeah.
We're expecting snow here tonight.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Nice.
We've been just like up and down, which I think is actually worse. You got like a nice day here, then it drops to not as bad as you guys in the UK, but like still. I'll bitch about it anyways. But
every night, every morning I woke up this week, it was like 38 degrees. But this weekend it's been like 71 waking up. So yeah, a lot of extreme temperature shifts, and yeah, we're going to get the snow coming on here pretty soon. So at any rate, let's go ahead and start the show with some big news recently. I wanted to share this real quick. Now, obviously, I think we've all heard of Netflix wanting to buy Warner Brothers. However, apparently, according to Forbes Online and several other places, is that Paramount is making a hostile bid for it as well. Paramount's $108 billion hostile takeover bid for Warner Brothers on Monday, less than 3 days after Netflix struck its agreement, has thrown the future of the deal and of media generally into uncertainty. The main argument from Paramount Skydance, which pursued Warner Brothers vigorously before the Netflix deal, is that shareholders would be better off with its cash-only bid. It has also implied that it would have been a better chance of gaining regulatory approval, in no small part due to Paramount CEO David Ellison's cozy relationship with the Trump administration. So let's start with Dirk. What do you think about all this craziness with Netflix wanting to get Warner Brothers and then Paramount throwing their hat in the ring?
Man, I guess they're just monopolizing, right? And I think physical media is going to be dead as far as a lot of that goes. So, I mean, sucks. I think.
You're not wrong.
Are we assuming that though because of the fact that Netflix just refuses to go the physical media route? I mean, I don't think they've released anything on physical media that I can think of,
unless it's like a specific contract thing, like Frankenstein's getting one. But
thank
no,
goodness.
Generally speaking, they do not. And
yeah,
they didn't even put out all of Stranger Things, and that's a big cultural phenomenon. So,
wow,
they stopped after 2 seasons.
It's not cost effective to do so.
No, it's not. And why would they? I mean, they want you to sub to the channel. I'm pro Paramount solely for the fact that the theater side of it. I think that bodes a lot better if Paramount gets it. The political stuff aside, I just think the theater has a better shot if Paramount takes it, which is looking more likely they will, from what I've heard today. But I know there's a lot of different opinions on that.
What do you think it means though? Like, so if Netflix do take it over, do you think physical media is just going to die a death pretty soon? Or is it going to take a while, because buying stuff now is just, the prices are just gone through the roof on everything.
I think they want to curve the angle, man. Like they want to get rid of the physical media. They just want to all be digital, everything. So.
Physical media is in the mainstream already not an issue.
Yeah.
The average person is not going out there to buy their kids' movies on VHS so the kids can watch it a bunch of times. Instead, they just push the link again. No one is rushing out to buy the stuff that's in theaters. Nobody Part 2 is not going to sell physical copies at Walmart worth a crap. Okay, that's just where we are. And we need to be honest about it. The boutique labels thing is a completely separate issue. But I warned this a long time ago that the prices would be unsustainable as less and less people are in the hobby. And I think a lot of people kind of snickered at me at the time. Certainly, I wasn't right about all the timetables I've suggested over the years, but the direction I've been 100% correct on.
Yeah.
The truth is, I don't buy as much as I used to, because in the past there would be movies I like, The Kindred, right? Which is the example we tend to trot out. I love the movie. The limited edition came out for some ungodly amount. I refused. They put out a standard. I bought it. But even the standards are no longer on sale online. When people are talking about having to wait for the annual, semi-annual sales to buy this stuff, that tells you the whole story. It's not sustainable. Now, if you get a title that's specific enough, like this one,
yeah,
okay, I'm going to bite.
Yeah.
I'm in the minority. You're in the minority. Everyone watching this show is in the minority.
What would you say?
There aren't-
Less than 1%?
Easily.
Yeah, I
Of
think
people
so.
who consume film? Yeah, absolutely.
Right. It's easy, instantaneous, at the touch of a button. That's where we
Well,
live.
But we also watch movies differently than most.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't watch the same movie on any kind of regularity. Most people don't follow a filmmaker through their catalog unless it's someone like a Spielberg or a Cameron.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, we are just not a market. We're not enough. About the deal, I will tell you that this whole thing is a symptom of something that we don't talk about nearly enough, which is that Hollywood, the big studios, are just not making good films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would not be an issue if they could drive people to the theater because they were making films that were really compelling to people. Truth is, American cinema is in the worst spot it's been in my lifetime.
I agree, but I slightly disagree to the extent that it's also a people problem because people are not going to some very good movies. The thing with the feathers, that wasn't even promoted. Now I get it. You're not going to get the average Joe necessarily to go out to, something heavy like that, but they didn't even push it. Everybody, it's like, oh wow, this has got Benedict Cumberbatch, a big star in it, and nobody even knew it existed. You have to dig. I mean, that's just the thing. And Hollywood just wants to push this IP superhero bullshit, which they should stop because it's not making money.
But Dan, wait. I'm gonna object to that because you know what? If they made great superhero movies, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, sure. But I still think superhero fatigue's a thing. It's just
Sure it is, but okay. If they were making films the quality of Burton's Batman, which I don't even like, but whatever, Burton's Batman or Donner's Superman or the first Iron Man, right?
Yeah.
Which I think everyone would agree those are probably the Mount Rushmore films of the genre.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wouldn't. The fatigue? No, people would still be hungry for more. They'd be disappointed more often than not, probably still. But when was the last time a film of that caliber came out? Some people would say the Marvel Endgame and Infinity War. Okay, but that's COVID time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The pandemic really, really destroyed the model that's been existing for decades. And the thing about Netflix is that what disappoints me about Netflix is that they have this attitude that they project. They don't treat movies like movies. They treat it like content. Which is just insulting, and don't get me wrong. I mean, there's some good stuff I've seen on Netflix, but what scares me is here again, the lack of physical media. They don't care. They're not going towards that. I mean, the one thing that's on Netflix, which I jump back on to watch because I love the show and I am a fan of the franchise, is Cobra Kai. I've been a fan of that franchise since 1984. And they only put out the series on DVD only, and they haven't even put out season 6 yet. That says everything right there as to how Netflix
how much they care.
Yeah. And it's like Frankenstein is the exception to the rule because Guillermo del Toro has enough pull to say, okay, we'll put it on Netflix, but we need it on physical media too, guys. I mean,
yeah, my physical media, and I think, Lauren's absolutely right. We're a small niche, and that'll limp along for, I don't know, however long it'll limp along.
The aftermarket will stay alive forever.
Forever.
I think I'm saying like people like us.
Ask
true. People trading amongst each other. Basically.
Ask truck drivers in the mid '90s whether their 8 tracks are going to still be available.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there's people that still find new Laserdisc players. So I mean, it's I mean, we're
tapes. cassette tapes still floating around. They're coming back.
We all, I buy cassette tapes, but we're not the mainstream. We're not normal, and this industry needs a sales level that's pretty high in order to control costs, which is what we're seeing. These labels are not able to produce the product cheaply enough when they can't make enough because they don't move enough.
Exactly.
Right.
And
and then it costs money to house all that shit.
Sure.
Right?
I mean,
yeah.
And the biggest problem is that those of us in this kind of bubble, whereas we watch a bunch of videos about what came out this week and people are unboxing videos, that's all fine, but it doesn't sustain itself without the love of the underlying movies.
Yeah.
I watched that bubble a long time ago.
And
it can't be about plastic and aluminum. It can't be.
Yeah.
It has to be about the movies
to
survive. And that's not where the focus of the collecting community is. And I can prove that. I mean, the truth is, like, there are movies that sold really well because the label put something out as if it was a big deal. And the majority of people who bought it have not removed it from its shrink wrap. And if you feel you're that you're not that case, go look at your shelf.
We are all guilty.
Yeah, we are
all guilty.
We haven't cracked,
Yeah. For me, it's not going to make much of a difference with the Netflix thing because if I think about it, I don't really buy newer films.
Yeah.
Most of my collection, 99% is older films.
And
I'll probably show a little bit later on with the review of the year. You can probably put the films I've seen on two hands, literally on two hands this year. But, so yeah, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference to me. Netflix I go to for the documentaries, the docu-series. I think they're superb at doing that.
There's a lot of good stuff on Netflix.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have a villain in order to have a hero.
So, the Indian stuff, the Indonesian stuff, like you have to dig for it sometimes because they're not going to highlight that as much. But my fear, if Netflix got it, and I don't think they are now, so that's a bright spot. Warner, when you go down the list of what that encompasses, I mean, they're going to have a lot of big stuff: Lord of the Rings, DC, Harry Potter, like they're gonna have all of that. And I mean,
tunes.
It's a massive blow to physical. It may speed that up by years, like the official collapse by years.
I think there's another thing that's happening though. Like, it's easy to support Paramount because they will push films to theaters. I think Dan's right. That's a huge deal.
And that is my only reason for go Paramount. I know there's the political side of it and all of that.
That's smoke and mirrors for the 24-hour news networks.
And those are all dying.
Businesses that are out there to make money.
Yeah. Those are dying.
What I think is the underlying condition that we're not discussing though. Let's say Paramount get it. Do you really think Paramount are going to produce more films? I guarantee they're not. They're going to produce the same output as whichever company produced more to begin with, which I guess would probably be Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to see more product because less companies are on the market. That math does not make sense.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're immediately going to see an increase in quality because there's less places for a producer or a writer to send a spec script or an agent who represents talent to go to. The less places there are, it has a normal economic effect of making less product and not as good product. It's what's going to happen. All those films that we love, because we're part of this horror community, right? That we think are so instrumental. The Halloweens and the Texas Chainsaw Massacres, the original Friday the 13th even, were not studio films. They were little independents. They existed on the margins because the studios weren't brave enough to make those movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened in the 80s was that the indies got pushed to the side by the theater chains, by the way.
Yeah.
And the major studios took over the game. Well, in recent years, it's reversed flow, especially the positive side of COVID is that the indies got back into theaters, proved they could make money for the theater chains. And theater chains have been going with indie productions, non-narrative based work, which you're seeing theater. You're seeing concerts in theaters again.
Yeah,
That hasn't been a regular idea for a long time, but it's back. You're
And
seeing
doing well,
international
very
cinema.
well.
Mhm.
So the thing is, less big studios means less big studio draws. So I don't particularly care who owns Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers haven't made very much that I give a crap about in the last 20 years anyway. Paramount, I mean, I like those Mission Impossible films for the one time I'll ever watch each of them. But they're not close to my heart. They don't make my year's best lists.
Mhm.
What else did they even put out? I mean, they put out a bunch of kids' films. I've decried before that all the big studios do is put out kids' films.
Well, to be fair to Paramount, they still put out physical media and they still pay attention to physical media. Perfect example is that they have a specialty series called Paramount Presents. And just last year, they put out Ordinary People, which won Best Picture in 1980, directed by the late Robert Redford. That sold out within a couple months. And now they're going to re-release it in January. So they are paying attention to at least that front. And I think at the very least, they'll give Warner Brothers and its library a bit more respect than, say, Disney does with 20th Century Fox, which they pretty much suppressed the entire Fox library, except for Rocky Horror Picture Show, which was an exception to the rule, and all that. So before I close out this discussion, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat real quick. We got Steak Sauce, who says, I got Legionnaires' disease. Oh, so sorry to hear that, man. We also have Orc and Jacob Corinth Hose, who says, regardless of who buys Warner, it's a net negative. Mm-hmm. And he also said that Mike Judge's Idiocracy was a documentary. 1,000% true. 1,000% true. And what was hilarious about that movie is that it was suppressed by its own studio, 20th Century Fox, despite the fact that Office Space made the studio millions. Borat came out the same year and was also a satire, but with Idiocracy, they were like, oh, no. We can't have a movie that makes fun of Fox News and the White House and everything. Oh, it's crazy. See, Dr. CZ Death, it's got what plants crave. Yes, it's got electrolytes. That is very, very true. Daily Ghost, just saw Silent Night, Deadly Night, really dug it. Facum was also fun, and we will talk about the Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise later in the show. Looking forward to that. And see, we also have, the lovely Petite Ecurie 99. Flea Market here always has physical media, but you take the chance that they don't work. Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's another thing to keep in mind. Ben Grimm, Up All Night. I don't blind buy. I will spend the $3 to rent and decide if I want to buy after I've seen it. Fair enough. Absolutely fair. And then finally, Black Glove Reviews 1979. Why didn't Warner Brothers go bankruptcy? In my opinion, David Zaslav should have been fired. I do not want Netflix to touch this. That's a very good question. I mean, maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think?
They're just not making money on, they're firing out some big IPs and they're just not making money. They're just done. I mean,
yeah.
What they own in the library has value.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like the retail shop, the retail chain that owns a lot of very valuable property, but the business doesn't work anymore. There's still value there to be mined. I don't know. But the other thing I question is like the guy who works in the mailroom who would be, laid off in bankruptcy. He's happy about this deal right now. He won't be in 2 years when he's laid off anyway, but right now he's happy.
Yeah. There's a lot of jobs on the line.
There are
a lot of jobs.
Oh, man. And finally, last but not least, Jay Killjoy TT9TT. I watched the first 3 seasons of Cobra Kai, and I just keep thinking of the plot from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Oh, yeah, with the cloverleaf thing and all that. Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. But let me end this discussion on a slightly positive note. And look, I mean, I don't want to come off like a hardcore fan of the franchise, but look, it was revealed in just the past couple weeks. Apparently, Disney, against all the odds, because I never thought that they would do anything about this, they are restoring the original Star Wars trilogy frame for frame, pixel by pixel, the way they were released in 1977, 1980, and 1983 by 20th Century Fox. Evidently, George Lucas obviously does not have ownership of these films, so he apparently just cannot say anything anymore. But Disney has been spending money, and they are going to be re-releasing these things in 2027 for the 50th anniversary, which is actually, I think, awesome news. I mean, Star Wars is, of course, a landmark in cinema history.
Such a no-brainer. It's like anything you do with those original movies is going to make a shit ton of money.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
You could just release them unaltered, and I mean, sure, the box office is going to be insane.
Restoration of history, right?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And people, of course, not just Star Wars fans, but people have been complaining for decades. What is up with George Lucas? What has been up his ass when it comes to never releasing the original prints? My theory, this is just my personal theory, has been that if he were to have done that before, instead of putting out his own special editions with his own changes and everything, he would have had to pay his ex-wife money. His ex-wife, Marsha Lucas, edited the original. I'm serious.
I believe you.
She edited the original trilogy, and on top of that, won an Academy Award in 1977, while George got nothing.
I think, if he answered honestly, it'd be like, "Why aren't you putting out the original cuts? Because fuck that bitch," is exactly what his answer.
100%. That has been my theory since the very, very beginning. So,
Stone, I'm even more cynical than you about this. I think it's just he wanted to relaunch fucking action figures. That's all the re-releases were about, but he needed to justify the re-releases, so he added a bunch of digital effects and new characters. Hey, new toy. I think this is about the one thing he kept a hold of the whole time.
You remember that little rat thing that crawled behind Darth Vader in that scene? Like $39.99.
Go for it now. There's a hot toy that's $300 for a screen accurate version.
Now, if you ask me, when Disney is done with Star Wars, then they need to restore the original Porky's trilogy. That's what they should be doing next.
I'm sure they're going to jump right on that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So Lauren,
with all due respect, you're mistaken. We did what you asked, right down to the letter.
Then where's the body? I'm looking down into an empty hole.
Empty hole. We definitely filled that hole and covered it. And tell him, Dirk.
I'm telling you, he's dead. DEAD, dead.
Very dead. Messy, even.
If the two of you are up to something, you'll wish you were the ones in this hole.
We did kill him, right? I'm not misremembering that first night, am I? No.
No, he's definitely dead.
The plot thickens. So next, we're going to be talking about a 1994 movie called The Cat. Now, while I personally saw The Cat, I think several years ago, I don't remember a thing about it. So I'm going to let you guys take over this discussion, and when we're done, then I will do a review on another movie real quick before we go to the next topic. But hey, Dan, what did you think of 1994's The Cat, which I believe is a Japanese movie, correct?
Yeah, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Sorry,
it's Hong Kong actually, but so when this came out, I remember. I mean, I probably saw it at least a few years later. It was 92, and I think maybe 94 is when you could maybe get it in the US. And I knew the director, Lam Nai Choi. He had done The Seventh Curse, and one that I know a lot of people are really familiar with, Riccio, the story of Ricky.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
had a reputation for some crazy shit. And when I saw this, I was just like, my God, we just saw a fucking alien cat fight a dog Terminator. It is just, it's insane. I mean, this is pre-CG. Some of the just those awesome rubber effects on this alien blob creature. It's an assault on the senses. I'm guessing maybe not your kind of movie, Darren. Just guessing, not your thing, but
not something I would seek out actively, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I gotta be honest, I watched this first time. I really enjoyed it. Like you say, the it's all practical. It's great.
Oh yeah.
But that dog fight with the cat is just amazing. I just
It's
watching
bad
that
shit.
speechless. Yeah, it really is. I mean, some of the effects they did as well for that time, 92, 93, whatever, is really good. It like holds up, I think, a little bit. But no, I enjoyed it. I doubt if it's anything I'm going to go back to, but it was a lot of fun. I will say that.
It delivers on the action. I mean, this movie, if you have ADD, you're good. Like, there's always something insane happening. Some of the just old school full burn stuntmen mayhem during the house assault. This is actually based on a really popular kind of more sci-fi book series, the Wisely series of books that from Ni Kwang, and I might be saying some of these names wrong, so I apologize, but I just love not only, I mean, the Shaw Brothers horror movies are great, but Golden Harvest, which this was produced by Golden Harvest and Paragon Films. Oh my God, are these movies batshit, and a lot of them are getting Blu-rays. That's what I really focus on with physical media, because a lot of this stuff has just not been available in restored editions. And I would recommend this one to anybody if you feel like you've got to see all the great cult films. I really put this one up there. That is just how insane it is, and nothing too upsetting in terms of the animal stuff compared to a lot of films overseas.
I was kind of confused though when she grabs the cat and attaches the cat's tail and it like glows and shit, and then like, I don't know, man, the gun scene where I guess the alien has went into somebody else's body, and he's got all these guys around and they're talking about guns and all these different guns. That shit kind of reminded me of Terminator in a way. So it's got like a bunch of I see Big Trouble in Little China vibes in some parts of the shit. Maybe The Thing for sure. I mean, it's all over the damn place.
But E.T. as well at the end, I would say.
Oh yeah. And they don't travel on a spaceship because that's just dumbass humans logic, right? Yeah.
They go for like the tear jerking end, don't they? I bet people were watching that thinking like being really sad.
There's a real perspiration scene too by a swimming pool.
Yeah. Some sweat erotica.
What's going on?
It's hard to classify it. Like, it's not like, I wouldn't say like go and show your kids, but it has moments where it's kind of a geared towards kids.
Yeah,
kids more awesome. And
I wouldn't say it's that bad. Like, I mean,
is it a cat-free film? And there's no pun intended there. Like, is it? But is it under that title? Would you say?
No.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
it don't seem as like, it's not like what's like the Citizen Kane of the cat.
Oh, the Ebola syndrome.
Yeah, Ebola
syndrome. No. It's not horrible in high heels or anything like that, or girl hell. It's not that kind of movie.
No,
there's some gore.
If you ever wanted to see The Cat from Outer Space, the Disney film, tussle with the Bionic Man's dog in a film about fighting the Thing from John Carpenter's The Thing. Right. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Now that kind of like algebra to come up with a movie proves my point. Like, Modern cinema just doesn't take chances. This takes fucking chances. And yes, there is a outright 8-minute kung fu fight between a cat and a dog in a junkyard.
Without CG.
Right.
Without any CG, but with some puppetry.
There's some practical. It's really
Every
good.
time can I tell you, every time the cat jumps and just flies through the air like an anime character, screaming at the top of its lungs with its claws out, I don't get a bigger smile in cinema than that. It's amazing.
I love when Errol lights himself on fire to take out this other character for no fucking reason.
Right. Yeah, like what the fuck is going on?
There's a bunch of choices, and that's what
you didn't have to do that there.
No. It was good. Just tackle him. That'll have the same effect.
But I mean, the thing is, you felt stuff while watching it.
Yeah.
Now it might have been bewilderment at points, but it was also just pure joy at others. And it's what's missing from a lot of modern cinema, and definitely from the action genre in America. I would technically say this is an action film. It just happens to start.
Yeah, it's an
There's not really a
action, splatter, gore, sci-fi. You know, what do they say? There's one part of the film where they're talking about, oh, this is the strongest alcohol in the world. It's vodka and shit. And I'm like, what the hell?
I think it fantastic ending, but when the cat flies into the blob's mouth,
fucking great. Yeah. Did Tasha watch it with you, Dirk? Because I imagine her saying, "What the fuck you watching?"
No, shit, no, man. I mean, I was putting it on. She was like, "Yeah, she's not going for that."
Right. There was this thing, you know, in all, not just Hong Kong cinema or Japanese cinema, but kind of worldwide. But America kind of missed the boat on it. Whereas like that late 60s, early 70s psychedelia just still had traces in cinema. And this definitely has some of that. It's kind of like, this is the kind of story that the girls from the Magic Garden would have told kids while they were piped out of their minds. Imagine if there was a cat from outer space and there was a bad dog who was genetically engineered to kill it. You know.
Right.
At the end of the film, the cat should turn around with a mirror and just started speaking all of our names into it, you know. And I see Darren, and I see Dirk. None of you are old enough to understand what the fuck I'm talking about.
I love when we first see the dog too, and it just like eats through a fucking wall, and then it's sweet as pie. But
that's like a bull mastiff, right?
Yeah.
That dog is actually probably the best actor in the film.
Yeah.
I mean, when he first gets into the junkyard and he stops, he's looking around, and you see that he's still angry and he's still on the pursuit, but he's a little bit like, man, I'm kind of terrified too. And this is a dog, not a human actor. Amazing.
When Wisely's still trying to catch the cat, and that it just jumps through the window, and it's got the Looney Tunes outline of a cat. Like,
that's great.
I just laugh my ass off through the cat. And again, 88 films. It's region free. Just put out this on Blu-ray. You guys will have a great time.
Is that the print that you sent to us?
Yeah,
Because it looks amazing. I've got to admit, for that era of film, it just looks outstanding.
Oh, it's beautiful, and I think this is one that a lot of people will discover if they check it out. I'd love to see Shudder or something, maybe get it so it puts some more eyeballs on this. It
has some Indiana Jones vibes too.
Sure, yeah, a lot of different things.
Like it's like everything, right?
Yeah, little Looney Tunes, little.
It's like a bunch of kids on the playground, like all pretended this movie existed.
Right.
Yeah. All it would take.
I remember them days.
Yeah. All it would take is like some big streamer or something to talk about this, and I think it would blow up. I don't often recommend older movies to a lot of younger children these days, but I'd recommend this. I actually think it would be a hit.
Yeah.
I'll go further. Put this in American theaters now.
Yeah.
I mean, that we're living in an age where digital prints cost nothing.
Yeah.
I think you make this a Fathoms event, and the weirdos like us drag people to it.
you just see an image of that cat fighting this giant blob creature. I mean, kids are going to want to go see that. I mean, hell, if you've gone to your theater lately, look at the amount of kids going to see these animes that are getting theatrical releases. It's huge.
And doing
Demon
better
Slayer.
than domestic coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they'll take a chance on, something, from Hong Kong or Japan or Korea. This is exactly the type of thing, because I guarantee you 99% of people haven't seen it. You put it out there, and this isn't the brutal Cat 3 type films, but those two.
Like, I can't stress it enough. If you're not a fan of these films, which I'm not a big fan of these kind of films, but I will say you will definitely be entertained.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Grab it.
Well, the cat. All right. And now, real quick, in lieu of my review for the cat, and I will definitely watch it, I wanted to say real quick that for the month of December, I've been doing a Bob Clark ranking challenge on Twitter. Hence why I showed the Porky's DVD. But I just saw this for the first time, which was a lot of fun. Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, which was actually Bob Clark's second film. And this is a 50th anniversary edition. With lots of bonus features on it. Surprisingly fun little zombie comedy. And, of course, I talked about Death Dream in our last episode in terms of vetsploitation. And now this was a real find. This was really, really awesome. Bob Clark in 1979 actually made a Sherlock Holmes movie called Murder by Decree with James Mason as Watson and Christopher Plummer as Sherlock Holmes, where he basically has them both investigate Jack the Ripper. And it was just terrific. I mean, a gorgeous movie. I'm so glad I finally got to see this for the very first time. That is great. But of course, look, number one on my ranking is always going to be Black Christmas. It's, my favorite Bob Clark movie of all time. It's my favorite horror film of all time. And it's just a masterpiece of the genre. And, of course, number two would be A Christmas Story. But at any rate, so Lauren, next video.
Jeff, honey, we got another one of those letters addressed to Jeff the intern. I opened it, and it's an invitation to join some YouTube people in Patterson to talk about movies or something. Also, there was something at the very end about your friend Lauren being dead.
Billy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Jeff.
Do you think I should go join Region Free as a panelist?
That path is full of darkness and violence and shadows and heartbreak and tears and and sorrow and hatred and wrath and terror and bad puns and suicidal thoughts and pestilence and grief and anguish and bad plotting and heartburn and caustic chemical burns on your testicles and watery eyes and...
Yeah, hon, it's all right to just throw that junk mail out right away.
So for our next discussion, we have another roundtable movie review on a movie called The House of Laughing Windows. Yeah, go ahead, guys. The floor is yours.
Okay, well, I'll go first then. So House with Laughing Windows, 1976, Pupi Avati. Who is not that household name. He's actually still active and pushing 90 years old. He still directs, which is wild. Not horror's not his genre of choice. This particular movie was put together pretty quick and on a low budget, and it was because his previous film, Bordella, which is also known as The House of Pleasure for Women, which was a male-centered whorehouse film that was heavily edited and briefly banned, and it was he was not in a good spot when he was getting ready to direct this, which he started to write this previously in an American co-production that kind of fell apart and altered it, and Well, I've got a lot to say. I'm going to pass it off to you guys, but this is the scariest Giallo, arguably.
Yeah.
And it is also very much folk horror. It's got a lot of things going on. I fucking love it, but hot tag, Darren.
I've always loved this film. Going back as far as I can remember, getting into Giallo films, certainly at least like 15 years ago. I got older, like the old Shameless DVD, and I think there was another American DVD as well.
Image, yeah.
And it was just crying out, and it's that one title everyone literally wanted. And for Arrow to do that, and I've not opened this yet, but I can't wait. Over the Christmas, I'm gonna dive into everything on here. But for Arrow to do it, I mean, this was the one film it was two this year I wanted. The Killer Must Kill Again was the other one. So we're starting to get, all these films.
They're bringing them all up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the feel, the rural feel of Don't Torture a Duckling. There's one called Hotel Fear as well. It's got a similar vibe.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's just creepy. It keeps you guessing right to the end. And then one of the best, I think, reveals ever.
Yeah.
It really, I love it. I absolutely love it.
The premise is like this guy, he comes in on like this ferry, like boat, and you don't know what, you know that it's probably after World War II, but you're not 100% sure. And he's sent there to restore the fresco painting of San Sebastian, and as he's restoring it, more things are being revealed, and like just the way the town is, they're very clandish, I guess you'd say. Like,
it's got that Wicker Man vibe too.
Yeah, I'd say that. Like you could say like Dead and Buried
for
same kind of vibe as far as that goes. But you're guessing all the way through this damn thing, and it's so creepy the way it starts when the film opens up, and it's like whatever version you see, the black and white version or the sepia color, you see like the San Sebastian painting, it's like happening. Like that's what you're seeing. A knife just stabbing someone, and and this guy's just hanging, it's screaming and shit, and then it's the killer's voice in Italian, the shit that he's saying. He's talking about paint in the blood, and he's obsessed.
Yeah, they keep playing that tape, don't they, over and over, and just all the way through. It's just
But
the conclusion creepy, though, is just incredible. I can imagine anyone watching it for the first time, it just jaw dropping.
Yeah, it's just like Lino Capoliccio, who was also actually in The Bloodstained Shadow, another Giallo.
I love that one as well.
Right.
Yeah,
it's like he just walks straight into hell. It's so creepy, and Kat Ellinger actually kind of nailed it. She called it the Giallo's Twin Peaks.
Definitely.
It's just every shot from the opening credits, which are fantastic and very, very disturbing. Every frame of this movie is amazing. I think part of the issue that this had, again, they're coming off this huge failure with Bordella because it was banned for a while,
considered obscene.
Yeah, it was. Right. It was briefly banned, and I think this suffered because they didn't the lack of a U.S. star. Because this had the Image DVD in 2003, so it just never got that penetration into the different markets that it should have. It's always very well regarded, but I mean, 2003, that's been a long time, and that DVD always, left something to be desired. And now it's finally here. It's like feels like you're watching it for the first time with this new transfer. It's still a stone cold classic.
It'll give you chills, man. When it's one of those films that is legitimately scary.
Yeah,
I mean, it really is. I can't say that about too many films, but
it's a story as well.
it stays with you. It stays
Yeah.
with you. Don't let go. Like it's like, damn.
Injects the uncanny into the giallo.
Yeah.
The whole story though, where he's just in this, you know, town, and he's trying to investigate what's been going on with this old painter. And the more and more it goes on, you know, people start to get killed, and like, but it gives you enough clues all the way through to follow it. But then, like you said,
You'll never guess that ending.
No,
I
it just
don't care
hits
who
you
you
for
are.
six. That ending. Exactly. Standalone, it's like we were talking a little bit off air. This and What Have You Done to Solange are probably my big standalone jolly outside the big directors.
Short Night at Glass Dolls as well.
Yeah. But anyone get a chance to get this? I got this for like 25 UK.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a brick, isn't it?
This is solid, man. I've gone through everything on this damn thing. Troy Howarth and Ercolani did a great commentary on here with Nathaniel Thompson. It's loaded with features, and but the main thing is the transfer. I mean, it's like watching the film for the very first time, man. There's so many things you're gonna pick up on that you didn't see before in the background. There's one scene where he goes in a dark room, turns on the light, and you see this damn bag just swaying. And it's just little shit like that throughout the film. It's slow burn, but it's well worth it, man. I say, and I know a lot of people can't deal with having to read a film, but this one is worth doing it for.
Yeah.
I promise you.
So this is actually in my top 25 films of all time.
Yeah.
It is, in my opinion, the best giallo, but it's also a little bit of a misnomer to call it the best giallo, because it both transcends and defines the genre. It's everything you want in a giallo, absolutely. And Dan is right. It does introduce the uncanny in a very palpable way, which a lot of later giallos have not been able to capture. Of this period, there was more that were traipsing through the uncanny. But this is a class study in how to infuse every frame with an undiagnosable amount of tension and dread. You can't always figure out what's disturbing you on the screen, but something definitely is. It's also a film that in this genre isn't relying on the things that others do.
Right.
So there's no musical score that's going to twist your arm into feeling a certain way, which I think even some of our favorite giallos actually do lean on great music to set a mood. The mood here is much more intrinsic to every image, to every movement, to every way a thing is stated by a character. And I think it's the other thing it has going for it, what I love from a creative standpoint, is that it does have meta text built into it. The idea of someone who is not in himself an artist being asked to restore a piece of art, which is controversial. Well, the people putting this Blu-ray together and 4K together must have felt some similarities to what they were doing, right?
Yeah.
But it also tells you a lot about art is not one thing. If you're looking for simply beauty in art, well, that's not what art has to be. Art can be anything. Art can also deceive you.
It can be sadistic.
But art can be so seductive that it can take you where it wants you to go. And that's the trap. And this film is a trap. And I think that's the beautiful thing. You get so invested in this really, really compelling but disturbing story, this narrative, that everything else that's washing over you, you don't even realize what it's doing to you as a viewer until it pulls the rug out.
Yeah.
And it's not a twist ending in the sense of like the original Saw's twist ending. It's not like that. That's not what it's doing. It's making you recalibrate your experience watching this piece of art. And that's exactly what the character is doing to the painting, to the fresco. So to me, like we're talking about some honestly simply great filmmaking, some of the best filmmaking of all time
with no money.
I will say that this isn't in my top 10 of all time, but it could be and it should be. It's not a film I'm going to rewatch every weekend. It's not comfort food.
No.
But in the same way that something like Don't Look Now or The Haunting of Julia, which are also, you know, some of my favorite films, I like when something makes me feel something so deeply that I don't want to revisit it because I don't want to either lessen that impact because I want to still feel the same way every time I do watch it. And I also like when I'm a little bit afraid of the things I love.
There's so much to it too, though. It's like it's like when you the first time you watch it, it's the puzzle. You're going through the puzzle with the Stefano,
right?
And then the multiple viewings, there's other things happening in the background, and like it's one of those kind of films, man. It really is.
Absolutely. And just to go full circle on this, this is not a film made for children.
No,
definitely not.
Not for. That's such a relief to me when I watch something and I realize I'm being taken serious as an artist, as an audience. You know, I'm not being asked to live down to who I was at 6 years old. This is like an anti-Transformers movie. It's the mirror opposite. It's everything we really actually need right now. Smart, brave, intelligent, textual, textured. This film feels like you feel like you're touching burlap every time you get near this movie, right?
Yeah,
and in the same way that
the light,
you know, the same way that when you watch The Shining, you feel cold and you feel hot when you watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You can feel the fabric of this movie, and that's
like something's always watching.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, it's
That's what it is.
that fear and dread that just permeates the film throughout.
The mark of a great film, a great horror film, when you just chill right there.
And I mean, if people go into it, there's no black love killers as well, which I like. They try to do something different as well.
There's no jump scares.
No,
it's not doing any of that. I don't believe
it's doing nothing cheap.
No, there's no jump scares.
Everything. No. But it's also not dragging you along either. So it doesn't. There is some exposition in the film. However, that exposition doesn't help you.
Right. It kind of misleads you in a way.
No, it does. But that's the whole point. You paint it over a painting, right? It all really is right there. It's amazing how the subtext or the secondary narrative, as I prefer to call it, really does interact in this movie. It's a stunning piece of work. And I see all the comments in the comments, like people pointing out their favorite Jawas, and I love all those movies too. I don't see a single one over there right now that I don't like quite a lot. This is in a different category for me. This movie means to hurt you. It means to change you as a person, definitely as a film goer.
Yeah.
The great films of this genre might not want to do that, so it's not fair to compare it with something like I don't know. It's the Argento movies or the Fulci movies or the Martino films. But what it is fair to do is to show what this genre is capable of in the hands of a true master. That said, fuck Zeter. Do not watch it.
Zeter's fun, man.
Zeter is not fun. Zeter is a boring piece of shit, and I'm sorry to say that.
Okay, have you seen his other his comedy spoof on the Giallo, All Deceased Except the Dead?
Yes.
That's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. Movie.
That's pretty rough. It's amazing that the same guy made this film.
That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it's just,
it's the collaborative. Magic, I think it has to do with variables of everybody involved too, though. Probably.
I think it's time. In the case of this movie, I think that it was a perfect time to make this movie. This kind of transcendent, visceral cinema was popular enough to get this made with no one really looking over their shoulders going, is this too far? Is this too ambitious?
And something that's really crazy.
Yeah,
So,
but I think, 6 years after, this would not have been like, I wouldn't have been smooth enough of a production to get funded. But 3 years earlier than this, and you couldn't produce it for content reasons. So there was a perfect time to make this thing. All the fires, all the embers and all the fires were just stoked. And we got this glorious fucking movie that, I'll always be a Fulci guy. I'll always be a Martino guy. I will. But this one fucking movie that falls outside of their over is, to me, it's the best. It's my favorite film in Italian cinema, period.
Okay.
Although Bava's Black Sunday and Bava's Danger Diabolique for a non-horror film, they're close for different reasons.
Right.
But this is, to me, probably the best Italian film ever made. And I don't care what Fellini fanatic hears me say it.
It's almost like lightning in a bottle in the Giallo world, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre when that first came out. It just captures. It's just something you can't put your finger on what it is, but it just captures something.
Yeah, I don't think Toby could have recaptured Texas Chainsaw Massacre if he was given unlimited chances.
Exactly.
And he knew that. That's why 2 was so different. And Avadi, same thing. I don't think Avadi could have recreated this.
What's really crazy is, though, Avadi and his brother, the idea for this film, Avadi and his brother, Poopies, they were told a story at bedtime. They were told this story at bedtime about something. I'm not going to say because I'm not going to spoil the film. But that's nuts to tell a child before they're going to bed. Such and such is gonna, come after you or something, holy shit.
You're not good.
Hopefully we've Stone's sold on this now.
Yeah.
I can definitely say I am sold on it, and particularly when I saw that Arrow set that is thick as hell. It's got to have something to it, especially if all you guys are recommending it.
One thing that
commentaries, a book.
One thing that aggravates me about Arrow now, though, I gotta say that they don't come with the Blu-ray. If you got the 4K,
so make a decision with
that's
them.
the only thing. I don't understand why they stopped doing that. But
and they just came out with that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy set, which will probably be under a lot of Christmas trees this year. Before we go to the next topic, I just want to spend 60 seconds on a recommendation that, look, I know, and I think it's more than appropriate for this, but we all have our favorite versions of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, the legendary perennial ghost story that has been made into 100 film versions now. I mean, ever since the silent era. I want to recommend one that I think all of you should check out because I think it's very under the radar and it's not really discussed a lot. I mean, it came out in 2009. It's produced by Ridley Scott and Tom Hardy. And in fact, Tom Hardy was originally supposed to play Ebenezer Scrooge. Instead, they cast Guy Pearce. And this is a very adult, very nihilistic, very dark version of A Christmas Carol. It was produced by FX. It came out in December of 2019. And I just saw it again for the second time since it came out. And just it's gorgeous. I mean, they set it in 1843. They give it just a super dark tone, which is just in contrast to all the straightforward adaptations that we've gotten over the years. I mean, just to give you an idea, the Ghost of Christmas Past is played by Andy Serkis, who not only is violent with Scrooge, he also throws out profanities. And Bob Cratchit's wife also has a a dimension in this mini series, which no other adaptation has had. And it here again, there's a little really dark. What? I'm sorry. What?
It's tense.
It is. Oh my God. I mean, the sequence with Ebenezer Scrooge and Bob Cratchit's wife, I'm not giving anything away, is tense as hell. It is tense and dark as hell.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, it's on Disney Plus and Hulu. I mean, it's it's one that I definitely think you should all check out. And Guy Pearce was the perfect Scrooge for this particular version. I felt so. And anyway, yeah, check it out sometime. Yeah,
okay. It is a darker version of it. Be careful who you watch. I watched it with family, and
so throw away the Bill Murray version.
It's darker than that. Yeah, there's a couple
of
things when he has to relive things from his past. It's if you really want to, I don't want to say full on horror. That might give you certain things in your head, but it goes there, and I loved it. I'm actually nobody ever talks about that.
And it's not quite horror, but at the same time, it's like, Scrooge and Marley, they're responsible for people dying in this mini series. I mean, that's how dark it gets. And last thing I'll say about it is another thing I'm very happy about this version, as opposed to all the straightforward adaptations that we've gotten, is that, look, it acknowledges the fact that, look, this is, Scrooge can't be redeemed in just one night. Okay. He has to basically work for his redemption through actions. It's going to take a couple of Christmases to get there. And what I especially love about this version is that Guy Pearce, I mean, he just basically, the ghosts wake him up from his slumber about what he's doing that's so messed up. But it's without giving anything away, it doesn't end on the note that we usually see with other Carol adaptations, that we realize, this is going to take a few years for him to actually come to amends with all the people around him. And it's just terrific. But there you go.
I'm kind of old school with those films. I like the Alistair Sims one. And then you've got the George C. Scott, which I watch as well every Christmas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've not checked that out. I need to check out the one you just mentioned. So
you'll appreciate it there.
It did okay, and a British audience, the British critics actually really liked it, but American critics were just harsh on it for some reason. I don't really know why. It's got a
52 scenes in particular they were not expecting.
52% Rotten Tomatoes score, but it's got a 7.3 IMDb score. So, I mean, look, I think it's going to take a few more years for people to really discover it, but by all means, check it out. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Lauren.
Go ahead, Lauren. What?
Oh, next video. Sorry, I should have. We should have agreed on a code word.
If you want it, I'll give it to you. That's what.
Oh yes, please give it to me.
Okay.
The descendant amortization schedule prone to market viability and fluctuations. And Jesus, Lauren, why'd you leave me with this goddamn paperwork? This must be how the surviving Branch Davidians feel when they see a Smokey the Bear PSA. What the fuck?
I think she's awake.
It's always hard to breathe here at first. Don't panic. You'll get used to it. Welcome to Perihelion.
You guys out there are going to have to read some books.
Shout out to the chat real quick. Ben Grimm says, everyone knows Muppet Christmas Carol is the best representation of that story. I mean, true, that is my personal favorite. And also J Killjoy TT says, an American Christmas Carol with Henry Winkler as Scrooge, should also mention that one. Yeah, that's actually set during the Great Depression. That came out in 1979, and I still haven't watched it yet, but I've heard good things about it. And finally, Dan Shine, like he said in the chat, yeah, Scrooge is a real piece of trash in the Guy Pearce miniseries, and no easy redemption whatsoever.
No, actually, Lauren, I think you would really appreciate that version.
Yep,
Yeah, but
I would second that.
Yeah, but I don't think that I am going to watch a Christmas movie of any sort anytime soon.
I heard that shit.
You might misunderstand me a little bit if you think I'm Miracle on 34th Street kind of guy.
Oh, well, for me, it's Ernest Saves Christmas. For me, all the way.
Eyes Wide Shut and Maniac. There we go.
I would actively disinclude December from reality if I could.
You got to watch Black Christmas, though, Lauren. Every Christmas, do you?
No, I
Not
watch
really?
Black Christmas whenever I watch Black Christmas. I don't make it seasonal.
Oh, okay, okay.
I really don't like the holiday.
All right. Well, tell you what, the next thing that we're going to talk about is, look, it's the end of the year. 2025 is coming to a close here in just a couple weeks here. And we should spend some time talking about our favorite discoveries of the year, our favorite films of the year, our favorite physical media releases of the year. Let's see. How about Darren? How about you kick it off for us? I mean, what films and physical media releases for 2025 have been the most memorable for you, sir?
For me, probably more for the physical media releases than anything else, because I don't really watch a lot of new films. I did make a list, and I'm just under 10 for the whole year of 2025 films. But, just briefly, I will say the one that stood out for me was Strange Harvest. I thought the way that was done, the whole looked like this kind of real life documentary, serial killer documentary. Really liked that one. I got Night of the Reaper, I kind of enjoyed, but it kind of fell apart towards the end. I did see one last night called He Kills at Night. It's a British Christmas film. It's set on Christmas Eve in the northern UK, where you've got all the snow and all that. This one lady, she bumps into this guy, this criminal, and he takes her hostage and all that. But I saw the twists coming within 15 minutes. And this is another reason I don't watch newer films, because they just don't really do it for me.
It's the copy and paste, rinse and repeat.
Yeah. But in terms of physical media releases, has been fantastic. I've got the Night Train Murders, 88 films. I actually got the 2 releases.
That's a great
US
Christmas
one.
film, by the way.
That is brutal. That's about as brutal as you can get, a Christmas film. I love the Murder Rock. I got the 88 films of that. I'm trying to think now. Physical media wise, it's probably been one of the best years, I would say. I got all the Arrow releases. I got Dress to Kill on 4K, Don't Torture a Duckling 4K. So yeah, the list goes on. But yeah, I wish I had a little bit more to say about 2025, to be honest. But that's about it for me.
All right.
Okay. You're muted, Stone.
Oh, okay. How about you, Dirk? What has been the most memorable films for you for the 2025?
Okay, so I got 3 films that stood out. I got 3 films that stood out the most, and none of them are, from this year. So, but they're first time watch for me. We did cover these films. But the first one is, and for whatever reason, I can't believe I didn't get around to this. Hitchhike.
Oh yeah.
David Hess, Corin Clary, and Franco Nero, man.
David's favorite movie. He talked about it all the time.
He said it's the closest to his heart, and I was like, "What the hell is he talking about?"
He was working with big stars.
Like if you see the film, it's like that's the closest. Shit.
That release as well. The indicator release is superb.
It is, man. I popped it in. It's got a lot of stuff going on. It's a thick ass book in here. Corin Clary.
She was the sacrificial lamb in Moonraker, the James Bond film.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, Hitchhike blew my mind, dude. When we covered this one, I was like, damn, it's a couple, they're traveling back home. And the Franco Nero's a degenerate alcoholic reporter.
Oh man, he's great.
And he
He's
treats
great
his
in
own
that
lady
role.
like shit, but the twist at the end, did not see that shit coming. And it's a standout for sure.
Yeah.
So the next one is Who Can Kill a Child, man.
Oh, I love that movie.
This one, man. This is before Children of the Corn. So like, this is saying a lot, though. This film's saying a whole lot, and damn it, man. It's a couple. They're on vacation. They travel to Spain. They go to this island, and the island's like there's nothing but silent little creepy little kids. Like looking at them, mugging the shit out of them, and they're going into the bar, and they're like, "What the hell? The chicken's burnt and shit. It's still spinning on the thing." Oh man, it's high recommendation, man, for Who Can Kill a Child. So, and then the last one, man. Oddly enough, another Franco Nero film.
Oh, I know the one you're gonna mention.
Quiet Place in the Country, man.
Yeah.
This shit right here is ambiguous. Giallo. Is he insane? Is there supernatural? Did the supernatural make him insane? Kind of shit going on. But I'm thinking there's a short story called The Beckoning of the Fair One. I believe that's what it's called. The Beckoning. I believe that's what it is. Damn. Hold on. Anyway, I think Kubrick must have read that short story because this character in this film reminds me a lot of Jack Torrance in a way. Like he goes to this place to work and he can't get anything done, like the whole time. But no, man, that's my three. Quiet Place in the Country. Hopefully I described it good enough.
That's another
That's
rural
pretty
one
great.
as well. Set in the Italian countryside.
It's in 68. Yeah,
Looks
Elio
amazing.
Petri directed
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
So
How about you, Dan?
Well, all right. I'll speed through some because obviously I'm a nerd. I watch a lot of movies.
Right.
So one that I do feel I because it's a very recent watch that I have to shout out is Sayara, which is a Turkish film from director John Evernal, the director of Baskin, which was one of those rare films from that region that actually managed to break out with international audiences. If you like revenge movies, obviously you're going to like this. I have to say this, though. This the character of Sayara, played by Daigu Kakabiak, and I know I'm tough name to pronounce.
What was that?
He is, yeah, you didn't get it the first time. He is a force of nature in this. This is not a revenge movie where you're entirely the whole time just rooting for what she does. This is a femme fatale that is on the road to hell, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to blow these people's fucking worlds apart. There's no morality attached to it. I should rewind a little bit and say her sister is killed, brutalized, very typical revenge setup. But this movie is so not American. So not American. It is not how we would generally handle this material. It has one of the best endings I have ever seen. I just texted a few people and I'm like, holy shit, when I saw it. This is intense. It's ugly. It's memorable. The final act is, like I said, just insane, and it's not going to make you feel very good, but it is a ride. That's a recent watch, so I definitely wanted to put that over because I know how hard it is to, again, from some of these countries to actually get out there and break out. And John Evernall is a great filmmaker. We've had him on the channel. He's stellar. A couple, well, I'll roll through some of these quick, but I think world cinema this year has, as always, has delivered. The Ugly Stepsister from Norway, I think also technically Norwegian, Polish co-production. That was fantastic. You want to talk some really gnarly body horror. That movie was great. Bring Her Back. I think everybody knows that one. That's certainly going to be near the top of a lot of people's lists. The Rule of Jenny Penn. Excellent. John Lithgow and Jeffrey Rush. Two of the, it doesn't really get any better in terms of actors, and seeing them square off.
That's another one that you won't watch all the time.
Yeah, no, because I mean, again, that's a very, you know, a lot of us will end up there. Hopefully not with John Lithgow, but yeah. Another one, you know, a lot of attention on 28 Years Later, which I really enjoyed that movie a lot. But there's another zombie film of sorts called Parvulos, Children of the Apocalypse, that came out of Mexico. And that is, it's about, you know, three brothers coping with this post-zombie-esque virus. I know zombie movies are a hard sell, but if you want like a real raw emotional zombie film, this is you know, top of the line. Darren mentioned Strange Harvest. I enjoyed that a lot. Another film not getting a lot of attention, The Ruse, from Stephen Mena of the Malevolence trilogy. Old school classic Hitchcockian thriller. Nobody's talking about it. The Assessment, which is a dystopian science fiction film starring Elizabeth Olsen, Alicia Vikander, about in the future, you kind of have to pass these tests from an assessor that lives with you to have a child. This movie's amazing. I mean, it kind of, I guess, flirts a little bit at times with considering it a horror movie. When Alicia Vikander, who was excellent in Ex Machina, but I think even better here, pretends to be an infant and what she puts them through. Oh my God. Excellent movie. Nobody's talking about it. It's really frustrating. It's been a year where there's been a lot of things that have kind of slid under the radar. And, you know, I could name a lot more, but I don't want to be here, you know, all night. But there's good stuff coming out of Vietnam. You know, really good stuff is always coming out of Indonesia. Jump around and really dig in and look for these movies. Even something like The Damned, which I thought was a really good wintry horror movie, came out.
I did hear about The Damned. I'm kind of interested in that one.
Yeah, watch that over the next couple months. You know, perfect time. The Shrouds, of course, David Cronenberg.
Oh yeah, The Shrouds. Yeah.
If he's going out, that's a perfect movie to close on, to close an excellent career.
I prefer The Shrouds over Crimes of the Future.
I think most people do.
Yeah. I did like Crimes of the Future.
Yeah, the Surrender on Shudder, also very good horror movie. There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of good stuff. I still have to watch a couple things. I've heard good things about It Ends and No Tears in Hell. So I'm still working my way through some of the movies that are making a lot of noise, but dig. Good Boy I also enjoyed, even though the
fucking awful film.
I like it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's shit.
I haven't seen it.
It's a simple story. It's a simple story, but if you're a dog lover, you know,
it's simple in the way we talk about children that need to go to a special school.
It's not going to be in my top 10, but I did enjoy it.
Good boy.
You were doing so well. I agreed with a lot of it.
I know. Have you? I'm curious to hear your list. And I didn't want to take the Indian stuff, but there's a lot of good Indian stuff that I'm sure is out
there. Get to
it. How about you, Lauren?
That's just some.
Yeah. So I mean, not a big surprise. There's not a lot of American films on my list. I wish that would change. I wish America would start producing the best stuff in the world so I didn't have to look deeper, because I am fundamentally lazy at my core. But best film of the year, in my opinion, it's not even really close. Baramulla. Just a tremendous haunted house / political horror film that, oh my God, you there's nothing really like it. And it pays off so well. I loved every moment of it. It is the best thing that you'll watch this year if you watch it. Second place, I was the film I thought was going to be in that position until Baramulla happened, which is Vash Level 2. It's a sequel that just takes the concept of the first film, puts it on overdrive. That series, as wild as it is, because the remake of the original Vash it was my favorite film of the year it came out. So that series, yeah, that series is just on fire. Third place, unsurprising. I would have gone into this year assuming it was going to end up on this high on the list. Is War 2. No one does action films like the YRF Spy Universe, and they just don't disappoint. It's wild. It's crazy. If you need to see a speedboat on a race, jump onto a racetrack, this is the movie for you. You need to see a gunfight on top of a airliner, not inside it, on top of it. This is your movie. This series is just unstoppable for me. I'm a little bit depressed that Alpha, which is the next installment, was delayed from this month to March. But that's okay. This is a busy month anyway. I could definitely see it in March. Fourth place, Bring Her Back. I was actually a little bit intimidated to actually watch Bring Her Back because I didn't want to be disappointed, but I completely wasn't. It was disturbing and strange in the right ways, and ambiguous in ways it needed to be, and non-ambiguous in ways that surprised me. It's a great film. Rule of Jenny Penn, right behind it, started this year really strong. I love that movie. It's a nihilist nightmare of the highest order, talking about something we all have to look forward to. And by look forward to, I mean dread every day of our lives. After that, this is the one that surprises me on my list. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Loved it.
It's not perfect, but damn it, if I didn't love it, the experience of watching it. I haven't revisited it since watching it. It's not been that long. I don't know how much I'll watch it in the future, so maybe it'll settle a bit. But man, I don't always vibe with Del Toro, but this time I really did. Under that, Hit, the third case, third film in the Hit trilogy. Crazy ass violent police procedural that goes places that no police procedure, even the wildest 70s police films from Italy wouldn't go.
I saw that one too. Really good.
Yeah. After that's going to surprise everyone because of how mainstream it is, but Final Destination Bloodlines had a ball. Is it a great film? No. Is it fun as fuck? Yes. To me, it captured the vibe set by the second film. Doesn't quite get to the second film, but it captures the vibes of it, and it's been long enough, and I've been hungry enough. Please don't make one a year for a while, but I was really happy. Under that, Ma, which is the sequel to Shaitan, which was the remake of Voss, but don't...
They make it a little confusing, but yeah.
But it's all one universe somehow.
Yeah.
Very different film, very cool. There's a siege scene in a car involving flying, possessed schoolgirls.
Damn. Okay.
That siege of a moving vehicle. Drop dead, one of the most amazing sequences you ever see. It's CGI as hell, but you don't care because it's just so audacious. Really cool. Finally, I just want to scream out. There's a Thai zombie film called Zayam.
Yeah.
Zayam with a Z. I had a ton of fun with it. Again, not great cinema, but I had a lot of fun. It had a lot of cool, gooey moments in it. And it's a mixture of like I don't know, a martial arts fighting movie and a zombie apocalyptic movie, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun. I wouldn't say I thought 2025 was a particularly strong year. A lot of people are talking it up as stronger than I felt it was. I felt in the American sector, even in the independent American sector, it was kind of weak. But I'm very, very happy to say that everything on my list except for Frankenstein and Bring Her Back, and the irony there should hit you any second. Like, they're the locally produced films, or at least partially locally produced. I was able to see in theaters.
Yeah.
And that would not be something we could say before COVID. I think we have short memories, but before COVID, you had the 5 or 6, maybe 8 top Hollywood productions that the major studios spat out onto your local cinema screen, and that's what you had to. That was your choices. Yeah, I have New York and Philly, so I could travel for independent cinema, but how often are you going to do that? We're in a better place today for the movie theaters and what they're programming. We just got to make sure they make enough money to stick around now. And that's it.
Support your theater.
I think I took longer than Dan.
I could have gone all night, but yeah.
That's what she said.
She probably didn't, but
well, gentlemen, my top 11 for 2025 in terms of my personal favorites. I mean, it's shaping up. It's not final yet, but for an honorable mention, I just want to throw out there, even though, I mean, you know, I saw it in the theater, and I don't think it was as bad as some of the critics thought. But I mean, look, if you're a Karate Kid fan, the Karate Kid Legends movie is, I don't think it's terrible. I mean, I know that's not exactly a ringing endorsement. I mean, what they really wanted to do was get Ralph Macchio back into a Karate Kid film in theaters. It's not an ideal capper to the Cobra Kai TV series. That was one of the many disappointments with it. But, you know, it is what it is. If you're a Karate Kid fan, definitely check that out. Also on my 2025 list, I have The Brutalist. Now, granted that film came out last year with Adrian Brody, and it's a 4-hour movie, true.
Oh,
but man, it was probably the best film I saw back in January. It was just amazing to sit through. I mean, don't let the running time scare you off, because that is terrific. Also, just last weekend, me and Sam and Chris and we went to go see Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair, which was awesome. It was an awesome theatrical experience. Yes, we sat there for 3.5 hours, and we were mesmerized by all the Quentin Tarantino goodness. We were spoiled in terms of what we got with that one. Also on my list, I have Sinners, Weapons, Final Destination Bloodlines, Superman, Black Bag, directed by Steven Soderbergh, Black Phone 2, which I know I'm not going to convince Lauren to check out, but look, I'm just throwing it out there anyway. And also Warfare, which was co-directed by Alex Garland, who gave us Civil War last year. And Warfare is based on firsthand accounts of soldiers in Iraq, and the sound. Seeing that in the theater, the sound was just unbelievable. It really knocked me out of my seat when I saw Warfare. And also, well, number one on my list this year is going to be Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. I mean, hands down. I mean, that is a movie I can't wait to get by on physical media, and I'm glad that del Toro managed to make that happen.
I'm wondering if because a lot of his stuff's on Criterion, I'm wondering if that's where it goes.
You think so?
Well, most of his stuff is Criterion.
Yeah, I would say that's a likely landing spot.
So it'll get a big, fat, nice edition.
Yeah.
And as far as physical media, I just have a couple to share here. I know this is going to make I know Dirk is going to be jealous because I probably got the last copy before it went out of print. But look,
Oh, shit.
Girlfriend from Hell, man. I fell in love with this movie. I'm glad that Lauren made us watch it. It was incredible. It was hilarious. I mean, I love Curtis, Leanne Curtis. Fell in love with her immediately. I mean, and it's just awesome. It's just an awesome movie with an awesome soundtrack. I'm so glad I picked that up. And also, while I haven't picked up Altered States yet, that is a Criterion release. I've been meaning to get that one up.
Yeah.
Pick that one up, excuse me. But in honor of the late Gene Hackman, who unfortunately passed away under the most devastating and mysterious of circumstances, I want to direct you all to a movie called Night Moves, directed by Arthur Penn, which is a mystery that came out in 1975. Gene Hackman is terrific in it, and he's basically hired by this Lush, who used to be an actress, to find her missing daughter, played by Melanie Griffith. And it kind of raised a few eyebrows at the time because Melanie Griffith was 17 years old and appeared nude in the film. Just a heads up on that. But this is a great neo-noir movie from 1975 that didn't get much of a release, and now of course it's got a huge cult following.
I definitely check that one out.
Oh yeah, definitely, absolutely. And finally, last but not least, I mean, I can't leave out Via Vision Imprint Films, who one of my favorite distributors down in Australia. But they released these really, really cool copies of The Mummy, which is the original Mummy movie, as well as the 4 films that came after that: The Mummy's Hand, The Mummy's Ghost, The Mummy's Curse, and all that. And this is a lovely set right there, as you can see. And finally, they also put out Abbott and Costello Horror Collection, which features the 5 horror films that they did in the late 40s for Universal. Meet Frankenstein, Meet the Killer Boris Karloff, Meet the Invisible Man, Meet the Mummy, and I forget what the other one is. But yeah, I mean, I really love these Abbott and Costello and Mummy sets. And they also put out a Dracula set and a Frankenstein set. And I guess it's just because of the fact that for some reason, Universal never put out the Abbott and Costello horror films in one set. And that's what appealed to me about that one. And I'm telling you right now, Abbott and Costello Meet the Killer, that was one of my favorites growing up. And I definitely think is one of the spookier films that they made, along with makes a great double bill with Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Yeah. Out in the chat, Movie Eddie says fantastic Night Moves, but he also said Superman was the worst horror movie of the year. Bubblegum yuck. Look, I like it better than Man of Steel, where Superman doesn't save a single person and lets half of Metropolis get destroyed by Zod's destruction. I mean, oh my God, Godzilla saved the city with less collateral damage. Seriously, man.
I thought that movie was okay. I'm not a big fan of that character, so it's
I know. I know. But I mean, and Supergirl comes out next year. I'm sure everybody is jazzed about that one.
Well, I've seen a screenshot of Lobo, so I am kind of interested in that. To see the character Lobo on the big screen. So
that was an interesting comic book, and I wasn't a big comic guy, but I did read Lobo.
Yep.
Yep. All right. And so I think that's about it. So I think we're about ready for our final topic tonight, which is something I've been really looking forward to. The Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise. 7 films, one of which just came out this weekend. And 2 of us managed to see this new film, even though it sadly only got like a limited release. But the Rotten Tomatoes score was through the roof. In fact, it's still standing at 82% for both critics and audiences. So people are really digging this new Silent Night, Deadly Night. But at the same time, let's first find out what you guys think of the 1984 original, which of course is pretty controversial. It was pretty controversial when it came out. I mean, there were actually parents picketing theaters, being so offended at the fact that there was a axe wielding Santa Claus. But what do you guys think of the original 1984 Silent Night, Deadly Night?
Right, I can go first if you are.
Yeah.
So this is a strange one for me because I'm a big slasher fan.
Okay.
I love all the early 80s slashers. But the original Silent Night, Deadly Night, as much as I like it, and I really do, I don't put it in such a high regard as other people. I don't put it up with the likes of The Burning or My Bloody Valentine, and do you know what I mean? Films like that. That said, though, I mean, I can remember watching the trailer before I saw the actual film, and that trailer is amazing. It just captures everything in that 2-3 minutes, with the toy store, and you've got just everything in that trailer. But yeah, I mean, I'm more of a fan of like two of the other films, which we'll come on to a bit later on.
Yeah,
definitely Part 2, which is like the best hits anyway of Part 1. But no, I mean it. Yeah, it's not top tier for me, but it's definitely a good, slasher film. And all that controversy as well when Mickey Rooney was actually behind that, I believe. And then it's kind of like ironic that he went on and starred in Part 5. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that in time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing it on a friend of mine. His dad was a manager of warehouse music. And so that's where I seen it first, was on VHS. I just remember that cover art, with the hands and the chimney and all that. So I was like, hell yeah. And Linnea Quigley, man. What can you say?
I mean, that is the scene, Linnea Quigley. That is the best scene.
You had to go check on her cat for some damn reason, whatever, yeah, this film, man, it's a lot of fun. But I'm like Darren. I think Part 2, most of the time I'll just skip to Part 2, and there's no point to watch Part 1. So, but I mean, I don't watch it like all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I might not even watch it once a year. But yeah.
How about you, Dan?
So truth be told, I like the film. Truth be told, I would, needless to say, rank Black Christmas in another universe as this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm more of a Christmas Evil guy.
Christmas Evil, yeah.
Christmas Evil is better film, I think. Yeah,
much better. It's strange, and they were called the Citizens Against Movie Madness group that picketed this one.
Cam.
Yeah, and luckily they didn't survive long. I know Michael Hickey, the writer of this, he wasn't a big horror fan, and he goes against some tropes. You spend a lot of time with the killer in this, Billy. I enjoy it. I think it's a good movie in a very bizarre franchise. What ends up being a spectacularly bizarre franchise. It's got some memorable kills. You mentioned the Linnea Quigley.
Grandpa. I forgot Crazy Grandpa is a damn good scene.
Who went on to Back to the Future fame is what was it, Old Man Peabody? I think after this. I enjoy it, but it's not a yearly watch. It's not one I sit down and watch like every year, like certain Christmas themed horror movies. I think one thing that always catches my eye is the eBay wet dream when they're in the toy store now.
Oh my god, yeah, this was before everybody went copyright crazy. So there's like Spider-Man and ET, like every character you can imagine is in that toy store. It captures a moment in time, that's for sure. I wouldn't call the original Silent Night, Deadly Night one of my favorite slashers, but I do have a lot of fun with it. I mean, like, and oh my god, the shit that this kid goes through, you know, he gets traumatized by all this stuff. I mean, seeing, you know, somebody in a Santa suit kill his parents and rape his mom, and then he ends up in that convent with this mother superior that is demented, totally demented, that really messes him up. I mean, and you know, like, I mean, the nun then later on, you know, dumps him off at the toy store, where you could, of course, oh, how would you know that he would end up putting on a Santa suit and getting triggered, you know, because of that and everything. But I'm with Dan on this. I mean, this is like an every other year type of watch, rather, as opposed to, say, Black Christmas, which I think is the Christmas horror film to end all Christmas horrors. And I do prefer Christmas Evil, which I think, you know, here again, that was completely ignored almost. The interesting thing about that one is that Brandon Maggart, who starred in that film, is the father of Fiona Apple.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. Real quick, Lauren, what did you think of the original Silent Night, Deadly Night?
Before he says anything, I'm gonna predict it's gonna get really ugly after the first one.
I agree. Dan doesn't have to be psychic. I actually really kind of, I don't watch it a lot, but okay. I actually like and appreciate that it's kind of an ugly movie. It has a sense of psychology that's actually ugly, which most slasher films don't have. It's not as ugly as something like Nightmare on a Damaged Brain, okay? It doesn't rise to that level. But there's a real attempt to put some real pathos in the movie. And I think that, unfortunately, as horror fans have progressed and as the franchise progressed, we now watch the movie for the yucks and the kills more than the kind of fractured psychology and criticism of this holiday. And I think that that's a shame, because I think that's where it's strongest. Dan's right. It's going to get ugly when we talk about the sequels. So I want to revisit what I just said when we do the next film in particular. But I kind of like that it also is, despite its reputation, a little slow. No one ever talks about that, but there's a lot of cool downtime that lets you live in that world with these characters, and I like that. People forget that the best slasher films did that. Even something like Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter, allows itself to move at a pace that makes sense for the story. Whereas the worst of the genre rushes to get to the next kill scene. Oh, look how creative the kill scene is, because it's all we cared about. And something like Deadly Night doesn't do that. It does make it make sense. That said, it's also a straight up exploitation film, and I like that. I like that it's grimy. I like that it has all the wrong impulses for serious cinema. But it has moments that are legitimately disturbing. The attack on the parents on the roadway is a disturbing scene. The scene with the grandpa is disturbing.
Yeah.
And I hate when people say, "Oh, I was laughing at that." Then I'm like, you shouldn't be allowed to watch movies. Because if everything's a joke to you, then nothing's funny. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's something to be said for the fact that in its time, this movie probably was a dangerous movie. I don't know if it's dangerous today, because I think there's far more dangerous things out there. But so that'd be my high level thoughts. I do want to say something though, because there's something that always bothers me. It's important to understand that those protests in New York and LA were paid for by the distributor. Those people were on the fucking payroll to promote the film. It was not a legitimately picketed film.
Picketed, yeah. Although the write-ins and everything, there was a lot of that was legit.
It was all being orchestrated to get free press for the movie, and it worked.
So why did they pull the movie from theaters after a week?
2 weeks, yeah.
It was unrated. It never had the theaters to begin with. Your average local cinema was not playing the movie. It was not R-rated. It was unrated when it was released. It would not get the screens anyway. That's why the protests were limited to the grindhouses and the major city theaters that would play it. So I don't think that hurts the film at all. It was a marketing campaign.
Hey, smart marketing campaign.
It was. And I do want to say this. Ultimately, the movie is a tribute to EC Comics. That's what it is. It ramped up the violence and nudity appropriately. But you got to think, EC Comics in their time got so banned that you couldn't find them in comic book stores, and they got congressional hearings about a comic book line. So they use that to spearhead the idea of, hey, wouldn't people protest this? Wouldn't parents groups be upset? If you put any other suit on that killer, none of this even matters. You know, I think it's really brave for what it is, but I don't like the continued to mythologize its history, its release history.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's unfortunate. Let it stand on its own, because I think it's that rare, like, fucking horror film of that period that actually does stand. It hasn't aged badly at all.
No,
it holds up. It holds up.
It holds up fairly well. Movie Eddie in the chat says, I was working in the theater when the first movie came out. I remember everybody bitching about it. It didn't last very long. I never saw it even when it was playing. I was only 17, just couldn't get in.
Yeah.
I remember seeing all the news footage. Sorry, Longer. Sorry.
No, I'm saying that what Movie Eddie just said is like more valuable to the history of the genre than the myth.
Yeah. So there's lots of news footage on YouTube of, you know, when they're playing, like, you've got all these old women and like mothers and all that.
The kids holding signs saying it's a religious holiday. How could you do this? And all this.
Yeah. And I think, like, Tales from the Crypt did it better, The Killer Santa, for me. Yeah. And like you say, Christmas Evil as well. I completely agree as a better film.
I don't particularly love the Killer Santa concept any more than I like the Killer Clown concept. I think they're both kind of obvious, easy. I just say that this film does what it does well enough that I think it deserves, irrespective of the franchise it spawned, to be remembered fondly.
I was just say real quick, I think part of the outrage was that, I mean, if you remember, this was pretty much the end of the golden era of slasher films, and I think that people were just fed up with them, you know, because they've been flooding the cineplexes, you know, with, you know, like with Porky's and the teen sex comedies. People had enough, and this was enough of a lightning rod that just people just couldn't, you know. My favorite quote is actually from Leonard Maltin, who gave it a bomb rating in his book. What's next? The Easter Bunny is a child molester?
Well,
damn.
Yeah, well, but there was another thing going on too, and you're right to piggyback on that, which is that in about 1976 through 1984, the year before this, there was an explosion of mainstreamed pornographic adult films that were actually getting some screenings closer to those Cineplex that wouldn't play unrated films. It was actually a time when it was more viable to release a film calling it X-rated than unrated.
Yeah.
But by 85, that was really changing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that were happening. I remember Reagan is elected in 81. The country is becoming more conservative. The political system on both sides is getting more conservative, to the point where people forget, but the PMRC, the people who put those warning labels on your favorite records growing up, was actually more run by the liberals in the country than the conservatives.
Tipper Gore. I remember that shit.
So it was a time of growing conservatism when this movie comes out. But the initial spark of the protests was completely the distributor. I'm not saying there weren't coattails, but it was brilliant. It was smart. But ultimately, I just judge the movie based on what the movie is. And you have to remember the time period. There was a lot of kind of slasher films that didn't have much psychology to them at all, even if it was dumb pop psychology. This one tries to do something. I think
yeah, absolutely. Unlike Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, which is infamous in a different way because it insists on recycling 30 minutes of the first film and the rest of it. I mean, and that's the thing. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, I don't think it's more than like 75 minutes long. It's it's super short.
Over.
And the only thing that we remember from it is garbage day. You know, literally the only thing. I think the movie is garbage.
Well, I don't know, Freeman. There's some shit, man. I remember pretty vividly.
It has its fans. So
when he's like motherfucker, and just
I think Freeman's the only reason to watch this film. To be honest, the way he like overacts. He acts with his eyebrows a lot during scenes as well.
Yeah.
But he's just comedy gold, man. I know everyone mentions Garbage Day, but there's so much more. But if you watch these two back to back, it's like pretty tiresome because it's pretty much you see all the stuff. All the best stuff from the first is in the second.
This one's not a feature film, really.
No.
I mean, it's not. And I have a question. How does a stroke turn Mother Superior into the Elephant Man?
No.
I don't quite get that.
She has leprosy.
I don't know.
She got leprosy in the second movie.
That was always a weird one.
Yeah, like you never explain it. But,
when she falls down the stairs and it's like just walk it off.
You got these severe burn scars.
Yeah,
I'm not. I think my problem with the second film. Well, actually, I have two obvious. The obvious problem I have with it is just the silliness is just not me.
Yeah.
I love Girlfriend from Hell, but that movie
right.
is
You see, that one don't work for me. So it's like certain comedy horror works different for different people.
Well, no, but I wouldn't actually say that Girlfriend from Hell is a horror film at all.
Okay. Well,
at all. The problem I think you have to be very careful. Return of the Living Dead interjects comedy into horror in a way that I enjoy because it doesn't betray the narrative in a dumb way. Like even Return of the Living Dead 2 betrays its narrative with the humor, and I don't like that. I have a bad reaction. It's like I'm not really watching a movie anymore. I'm watching some bad skit TV, and I don't like that. That's why I don't like the Nightmare on Elm Street sequels.
Yeah.
They're so interested in the gags, they forget that they're making a fucking movie with a narrative. The thing I don't like, though, more coarsely about Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, Better Watch Out, because that's the full title of this fucking thing, is that, man, they took all the context away from the good stuff. So it's just, it's assuming that we're all MTV, ADHD, drones. We don't want any kind of real story. We just want the Santa killing people and some nudity, right? That's all we really want, right? That's it, right? And that's kind of, to me, the Friday 13th Part 5 thing. You just want, a pair of tits every 10 minutes and a murder every 12, right? That's all you really want. You don't want anything else. And I hate that. I hate that. You want to make that? That's fine. It'll be good for someone else. But when you follow a film that wasn't doing that, or not just doing that,
I was about to say,
turn me off.
Kind of did it a little bit.
It's a cash grab. It is. It's
total cash grab.
It's put together. So that's what I like about it. It's just so
blatant.
It's got a low budget. Is an over.
I mean, it works. It works for me. It's so bad that it's funny. I
yeah.
They were trying to stitch together a movie just based on unused and all.
And Freeman's trying, right? I mean, he's really trying.
He's inexperienced, and
so that's what makes it like that unintentional fucking shit.
But it also
I don't know if he is trying though. I really don't know if he is trying.
I always heard he was, so I don't know.
I'd like to see him on an interview, but he's just so over the top.
It expects us to believe that he remembers everything as a baby, though.
Baby.
Right.
Come on. That's as bad as Last House on the Left, too, where all the rest
with the dog.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Right.
But that's just the thing. They don't think they don't think anything of their audience, so they do shit like that. And I know that people are okay with it. I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I never watch Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. I never watched that film.
But this is cartoony, like you said with the first one, though. With the it is.
What about that
you've got
cover
the
art?
umbrella kill as well. yeah.
Not the worst one though.
I remember seeing that shit in the video store though.
Oh, you don't think part 2 is the worst one?
Well, part 2 is weird because I mean, again,
Oh no, it's not the worst.
it's not the worst.
Oh,
Fuck
That's
no.
not it. Yeah, we'll get to it.
Hell no.
I don't know. Wait. If you're taking all the first film footage out of it and just
Yeah.
leaving the remaining rest of it,
Right. Right.
it probably would be hard to argue that it's not the worst one, because you're talking about what, 35 minutes of really amateur acting, no set design, dialogue that's painful. I mean, it doesn't. If people dig it, that's great. I'm glad for you, but you're digging it to kind of make fun of the thing you love, and that needs to be put in a different category than like actually good horror films.
It's a riff.
Yeah, no,
track
it's not
movie.
it's not. I'm not looking at it on that kind of level though. You know, like I'm not ever gonna. That's like not a good film by no means.
They literally just shot they shot all these scenes in just this one room, like where it's supposed to be a police station. They put like a table and chairs in there.
That's what I'm saying.
And like that's like 20 or 30 minutes itself in a film that's already got 30 minutes of the original. But I don't know. Yeah, I can sit down and watch this. It flows a bit better than the first one for me.
They did the bare minimum, and that's why. I mean,
I love you, man, but you're off base on this one.
Well,
maybe.
Fuse Parallax in the chat says Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 is good, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
I guess I'm wrong. Shit.
You're gonna.
Well,
Fuck.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. This was a first time watch.
Shit.
Okay. I like Chop Top from Texas
Brain Cap,
Chainsaw 2.
you mean?
Yeah.
Salad bowl head.
Yeah.
Salad bowl.
Yeah.
Brain Cap.
Why take
Bill
a
Moseley.
charismatic actor like Bill Moseley?
Right.
Make him a silent killer. I mean, first off, though, before I even talk about the movie, because it's important to say the director Monty Hellman.
Monty Hellman.
Tulane Blacktop, Cockfighter, Iguana. Like, this is the guy that Hollywood just forgot. I mean, he started with Roger Corman with the Beast from the Haunted Cave and The Terror.
But that's why that Trapped Ashes film is required viewing for everyone, because
yes,
his last hurrah. You get to see Sean Cunningham make his last serious attempt at something.
Trapped Ashes is very significant for that.
It's a celebration of the people who moved exploitation cinema for an entire generation that never got the recognition, and when Monty Hellman, because he died, right? I think he's dead.
He died a couple of years ago, a few years ago. Yeah.
But these are the people whose names do not show up on the Oscar like in memoriam slides.
Which is stupid. Tulane Blacktop. I mean, Jesus, how does that not?
That fucking movie.
Yeah,
that's an anthology, isn't it? Trapped Ashes.
It is.
Yeah,
I
need to check that out. I've heard about it.
It's very self-indulgent, and you need to deal with that. But it's a celebration of a class of men who changed exploitation cinema against all odds, and didn't have like the cash of like a Corman house behind them. Like, these are basically independent voices. Yeah. So I love Trapped Ashes for what it is. I'm not going to say it's brilliant all the way through, but you deserve to watch it if you like this type of cinema, to see what these guys were about.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be better known for the directors and everything, but Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 is just fucking boring.
It is, man. It really is. I would give credit where credit's due. Like, there's a couple scenes though, like I can kind of see he's trying to do something like very artistic, like auteur type shit with when he's zooming in on the holiday shit or whatever. But it feels kind of like a really bad version of like one of the early sequences is like Hellraiser. It feels like straight out of fucking Hellraiser. And I'm like, really? Like, it just feels like you just ripped that shit off. Like, to me, it's like, I think it's the opening scene when she's running down the hallway, everything's white and shit. You know, like I don't know, but
he tried.
But it is boring as shit. It really is.
Yeah, that's my thing, and I'm actually curious, JG, what you like about this one. This is one of those movies, man. I struggle. I've seen it a few times over the years, mostly just for podcasts, and I never see anything to like. Ricky can apparently survive a bullet to the chest. I mean, it's I don't know. It did set into motion of some very stranger things when it goes in this franchise.
It's not good. It's not good. I mean, after the initial murder with the nurse, it takes forever for anything else to really happen in it. I mean, look, I love Bill Moseley, and I thought he was honestly wasted here.
Yeah.
I mean, the brain bowl just didn't really do much for me. I mean, I like Laura Herring from Mulholland Drive, but I don't think that, the performances weren't good. I mean, the story wasn't very good. I mean, I thought it was barely watchable, honestly. I mean,
have y'all ever had turkey soup?
I actually didn't think this is the worst one in the series, to be honest.
Really? Oh shit!
Yeah. I think
it is for me, man.
Next one
this one is the one.
It's very generic. I'll give it that, but at least it's a slasher film, which is not like the next one isn't at all. But with this one, and it does carry on the story. But I agree with you when you say Moseley should have been given at least some kind of something to do, which he just.
He doesn't think
something. Yeah.
I worry about that though, because so you wrote a screenplay, actors show up. Do you not hire Bill Moseley because he deserves better?
Right. Yeah.
So they made the film they made, right? Like so don't. My caution to you is don't review the film you want them to have made. Review the film they made. This was broadly a time when things like Nightwish and Attic Expeditions were out there, which are very similar movies. The films that in the third act just betray any conventional narrative and become this psychedelic experiences in horror.
Yeah.
And I don't think that works. I don't think any of those movies would work. Nightwish is probably the best of the three. But by the same rate, it was an artistic choice they made. And for someone, this probably works. I only watched the film once when it hit home video back in the day.
1989.
I've never had an interest in going back. So I'm not defending it. But I think everything about Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 is a choice. It's not based out of incompetence. And that right. I'd say is why it's not the worst in the series.
Fair enough.
Okay.
The thing is, though, the director, so there, like a screening in the Alamo Draft House in Texas back in July 2008, Monty Hellman actually said this is his best work. And I can imagine the reaction he must have got from the Q&A when he says that. Also, the original script was discarded, and this was written in 1 week, which is, you would say that's definitely the case.
And from what sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
I was just going to say, to be that deluded, I guess, and I'm, I don't hate on this one either, but even I know it's a terrible film. I can't argue.
I can't. It's just so boring, man. It's so fucking boring. It really.
And from what I understand, the original script that was written, that's the script that became Silent Night, Deadly Night 4: Initiation, which was directed by Brian Usna and starring Maude Adams from a couple of James Bond movies, The Man with Golden Gun and Octopussy, where she played the title role. This one, I liked it slightly better than 3. I mean, just because like Clint Howard was a trip. I mean, I love that
the
guy.
Dildo mask.
The fucking Clockwork Orange is what it reminded me of. You get to see Clint Howard get sweaty with a bunch of witches, man. And
maggots and cockroaches. Yeah. I mean, it's weird. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but unlike 3, I wasn't necessarily bored by it.
No, I'm not bored with this one at all. It's not great, but it's not boring.
It's not great, but
I mean, the thing about this one, I mean, yes, Monty Hellman hated the script at the time, which obviously was changed. So that didn't happen back then. But Brian Usna came in and he wanted to downplay the Christmas elements. Unused ideas that he had for Society, which, you know, I love Society, and he just kind of blended a weird sort of Kafka's Metamorphosis, and somehow that became a Silent Night, Deadly Night movie.
Get some Screaming Mad George.
Oh man, the Screaming Mad George effects. There's some gross shit in this with the roaches. If you're an effects aficionado, somehow Bill Moseley morphs into Clint Howard. This is just a franchise where you just roll with it.
Right. Well, Eric Freeman morphed into Moseley, so you know.
There you go. There's some, you know, Brian Usna. I've always been a fan of him. I don't think he ever fully gets what he is intending. You know, again, Society. I fucking love Society, but it's weird. It's kind of more of a film about Lilith than a Killer Santa, and it's you know, it is what it is. It's a totally different
Richie
kind
tale
of movie
with a couple of head winks to the old shit, and then you get some KY jelly in your face with a weird ass little worm thing. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but you know,
it was released in the
effects
UK
stuff
as
is pretty
well.
good, I will say.
Yeah.
The thing is with this one, it just does not capture that Christmas atmosphere at all.
No.
And if you go back, it was actually shot in the spring, and they make no kind of effort to make it look like Christmas time in any of the scenes. This was the worst one for me. You know, it is kind of entertaining in places, and I think the effects for it, like I said, is pretty good. But no, I don't know. I just didn't do it for me, this one.
Would it have hit for you? Because it was put out in the UK as Bugs, I know, at one point.
Well, this is it. I was expecting a slasher film, a continuation of the story, and so it completely disappointed me straight away. And I remember Dirk saying a couple of months back about this having bugs and being like a creature kind of film.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what he was on about then, but I certainly do now. No, I mean, would I watch it again? I probably would down the line, but give it another go. See if I missed something, but yeah,
that's
nah.
Maybe I won't. You know,
I have 30 more years to live. I don't want to spend
a film
on this again.
Well,
but
personally, go ahead, Dirk.
I was just gonna say, it's just this one to me is not boring at all. I mean, no matter what, it's so it gets a pass a little bit because of that reason. So.
Personally, I think of the three direct-to-video ones, I think my favorite though is the next one, which is the Toy Maker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
definitely.
The interesting thing about this one is that I believe when Mickey Rooney said yes to this, he needed money, and at the time it wasn't called Silent Night, Deadly Night 5. It was just called the Toy Maker.
Right.
And so people think that retroactively they decided to just embarrass him by basically saying, oh yeah, it's going to be a Silent Night, Deadly Night movie now. Considering its low budget, I was actually fairly impressed with it, especially the effects. The guy that wrote and directed it, Martin Kitrosser, he served as script supervisor on Friday the 13th parts 1 and 2, and he co-wrote the screenplays for 3, 4, and 5. On top of all that, he is also Quentin Tarantino's personal script supervisor. He's served on every Quentin Tarantino movie as his script supervisor. And look, I like Mickey Rooney in the movie. I mean, I'm glad that they brought. Didn't Toymaker had Clint Howard as well?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They brought him back, and they brought Neith Hunter, who played Kim Levitt, the reporter in Part 4, back. There is some connective tissue between these three films, a little bit. But I think Toymaker, I think that's actually the best of the three, even though it does, like Part 3, take a while before anything crazy starts to happen. What do you guys think?
I think this is the easiest one to. I mean, obviously after the first one of the original sequels to maybe pitch to somebody if they haven't seen any of them.
Mhm.
It's it's a fun B movie.
Yeah.
It's not much else. Mickey Rooney's still a hypocrite, whether he knew his Silent Deadly Night or not, because he's got the Santa suit on. So,
there's
but
a weird
fun.
little sex scene, right? With the fucking, it's almost like Puppet Master.
They all have weird sex.
Turns
scenes,
into Puppet
though.
Master in one part. Fucking,
it's a good performance. I mean, hey, it's fun seeing Mickey Rooney against type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, this one I think they've got a handle on the identity at this point of what they want this to be, and it's a fun B movie.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's surprisingly better though than it has any desire, to be at first, because straight from that memorable opening sequence you got, with the father and he opens the present.
Right.
It just had me straight away, and it's just this like roller coaster ride. It's just fun all the way through. You got the stuff with the landlord as well, with the is it Larry the Larva when he attacks him?
Larry the Larva,
man, in the car when he's driving the car. But no, I like this one. I mean, this is entertaining, I would say. But yeah, the Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5, you wouldn't expect to be any good anyway. So it kind of, I went in with low expectations and come out smiling. So I saw you can
a lot of thigh-high stockings and grinding.
Oh yeah. So and she is pretty hot, mind that. Is it the Neef Hunter who's in the last one?
Yes. And she's a trooper too, because I mean, she in part 4 especially, I mean, she's asked to do a lot of weird shit when she's naked, a lot of icky stuff in that, a lot of icky stuff. I was gonna say real quick, a couple of years ago, Silent Night, Deadly Night 5 was highlighted on Red Letter Media's Christmas episode. And they called the film a quote unquote schlock fest and noted that the plot is a send up of the Terminator, as it follows a boy whose mother's name is Sarah as he is hunted by a villainous android and an absent father who resembles Kyle Reese.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Well, somebody was inspired by this.
It's funny you say that, because my thoughts on it are that it's the most commercial of all of the Silent Night, Deadly Night films, as far as it's written like a television TV movie.
Absolutely.
It's kind of smooth for this franchise. It kind of it has a little bit of sugar in it, whereas the rest of it doesn't. That said, I've watched again. It's true of all the Silent Night, Deadly Night films after 2 that I've only seen them once, and I'm fine with where I'm sitting on that. I remember because I rented this at a West Coast Video, and I brought it home and watched it, and then realized that I was going to remember what I remembered from the film, and I knew even then that a lot of it was going to be background noise that I never really brought up in my memory again. A weird place for the original series to end, only because it started as such a grindhouse, controversial, kind of ugly horror film for its time, and it ends with something that easily could be shown on cable all the time.
Yeah. You got the Showtime late at night vibe.
Absolutely. USA Up All Night.
But structurally, it's probably the sanest of all the productions, which you can see as a good thing or a bad thing, depending.
Yeah. I mean, like the ending is one of the biggest the fuck endings you'll ever see. I had to watch it twice, the ending, just to kind of get what was happening at one
What's he
point.
saying, Darren? What's he saying to her when he's trying to stick it to her?
Oh God, man, I don't know. It's crazy.
Like, come here, mommy. I want to come there. Mommy's.
But shockingly, the best since the original. Shockingly.
Gosh,
well, that says more about the series than it does about this film, though.
Yeah, exactly. So next we jump to 2012, where Anchor Bay Films put out Silent Night, which is loosely inspired, loosely inspired by the original with Malcolm McDowell. This, I enjoyed this for the most part. I mean, it is weird. It's got a lot of Santa Claus murdering people, and in ways, creative
a lot
ways.
of gratuitous.
There's a nod to Fargo with the wood chipper. I thought this was fun. I mean, Malcolm McDowell is always worth watching, and I definitely enjoyed him in this. And who was the female lead?
Jamie King.
Tammy, yeah, I liked her too. Yeah. This was a lot better than I expected, but I'm curious to see what you guys thought of it as well.
I'm a fan of this one, man. I like the look of the. Yeah, I like the look of the Santa Claus. Man, he's got the blacked out eyes, and the not talking works in this one with the fucking flamethrower. And I mean, they amp up the blood, and it's a splatter film. It's a nudity film. Like, it's got plenty of that, but I'm a fan of this one for sure.
Cool.
Because he's a mean ass. He's a mean.
He is.
The shit he's doing.
I'm the same as Dirk, really. I just like the fact this is kind of like an old school slasher again. Do you know what I mean? Like a killer Santa Claus and all that. Jamie King, she was in the My Bloody Valentine remake as well. So I really like her character. But yeah, it just does exactly what you expect it to do, really. It's nothing more, nothing less. It's certainly, there's so many more remakes out there that are miles bad, worse than this. You could do a lot worse. But I think I watched it last Christmas. I didn't get a chance to watch it this time round again, but I usually watch it every 2 or 3 years. That's good enough for me. But I do enjoy it a lot.
I do want to say, too, this is better, in my opinion, than Thanksgiving. So,
the Eli Roth movie?
Yeah. It feels like it's in that same kind of vein. Almost, but I feel like this one does it better.
I think it's better than the Black Christmas remakes, the two of them.
Yeah.
Sure,
I would go there. What do you think, Dan?
I'm not a fan of the.
I know Lauren's shaking his head, so maybe.
I like the first remake of Black.
Okay. I do too. I like the remake of Black Christmas. I mean,
I had fun in the theater. I thought it was crazy when it needed to be crazy, and it's shot like a dream. Like if you love insane cinema as far as like camera moves and dissolves, it is a fucking dream to watch that movie. It is a stylish as fuck movie. So I mean, it's not the first film. It doesn't try to be the first film. It doesn't even like pretend to be the first film.
Right.
It never could be. That's impossible.
And it's you know what? I remember like not wanting to talk about that movie because everyone hated it, and then like over time people have thawed, which I don't think a lot of people have a lot of hatred in their heart for it. They might not like it, but they're not as viciously. And maybe that next remake helped that cause. I don't know. But
that makes anything look good.
And I've heard people say put the 06 over the original. So I mean,
I wouldn't go that far, but they're completely different types of movies.
Right. Yeah.
I've only seen 06 once, and I hated it. But it's been that long ago when it first came out.
Yeah.
It has this brilliant sequence, which is parodying Psycho's the scene where Norman spies on Marion.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's this brilliant visual, like somewhere between parody and just into a Looney Tunes extreme of that simple of a scene. So I mean, also it's the X-Files guys.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
So we're going to be doing a stream on this, like on the 21st, Black Christmas. We're going to mention the remakes for obvious. So I'm going to go in completely like watching another film again for the remake.
Oh yeah.
So I'll give it a fair go. I'll give it a fair watch.
I think I'll be okay with it.
Yeah, 2019. Just burn that shit.
No, gonna hurt you. Gonna hurt you. The Silent Night, though, from the 2012 Silent Night. I mean, if you're a gore hound, you're gonna have fun. It's definitely a film kind of that era. I know a lot of people who at least up to that point kind of considered it the best since the original. I enjoy it. It's fun. I mean,
it ranks third for me in the
third
franchise. Yeah.
Yeah, it at this point you're not holy ground anymore.
Right.
You're not, you can't. You've had Brian Yuzna body horror. You've had whatever the fuck they were, Eric Freeman in the second one. Like, you could almost do whatever the hell you want, but I think this is kind of like trying to reel it back into what I think a lot of people wanted, which is a heavy body count film, titties. It is what it is, and it's a good time. It delivers as promised.
Aside from Garbage Day, I don't remember any overt references to the other films. I mean, it kind of just works on its own, without really being connected with the rest of the franchise. Even 3, 4, and 5 have more connected tissue to the original than Silent Night, but I still liked it for what it was.
One of the kills does for sure. With the antler kill.
Oh yes.
It does do that.
Yeah,
100%. And just real quick, Lauren, did you see Silent Night with Malcolm McDowell?
I did. I think McDowell was miscast in the film. He's fine, but he had a problem later in his career of being cast in roles that were not going to be kind to him, to his strengths. Same thing when they cast him as Loomis. There's nothing wrong with his performance in Halloween or Halloween 2. It's just that he's surrounded by material that's not as good as he is. And I think that's kind of true here too, unfortunately. That said, the movie's a big step in the right direction. I don't have as strong feelings as you guys do, apparently. I didn't come out thinking it was that fun, but I wasn't offended by it.
Right.
Will I ever watch it again? Probably not, but that's okay. It wasn't offensive, and in this franchise, it's a highlight.
And last but not least, I'll let Dan take the mic first. What was your reaction to Silent Night, Deadly Night 2025?
So going in again, like, what's the point in being offended by another Silent Night, Deadly Night? It's not holy ground. I was a little more on the dreading it side when I found out the director did the Wrong Turn remake and Sweet Revenge, the Jason Apple beer commercial. So I was kind of like, I don't know about this. But going into it, they do what you should do, and they don't just rehash the story from the original. The setup's very much the same. And there's some modern stuff as far as, they don't necessarily go there. There's no Linnea Quigley getting naked or anything like that. But I was actually fairly impressed with what they do with this. I'm dancing around spoilers because obviously most people haven't actually seen it, but the killer's journey and the reasoning behind everything is different. So it's a fresh story and take on that material. I could compare it to certain things, but that would definitely be a spoiler. I hated Halloween Ends. I think Halloween Ends is a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, I hated Halloween Ends for sure.
But Rowan Campbell is good in this as Billy.
Okay.
He's not a bad actor. I want to say that because as bad as that movie was, just offensively bad to me. I enjoyed this one. It could actually, Lauren, end up being your second favorite Silent Night, Deadly Night movie, and that's not saying a whole lot. But I did have a lot of fun. This one, unlike Silent Night, doesn't go as over the top with the kills. And I think a lot of people, being that it's coming from the studio that brought you Terrifier 3.
Yeah,
they're gonna expect that ultra violent. It's not a Terrifier movie. It's a little more grounded in the violence. And there's a lot more I want to say about this one. This one really kind of is a spoiler discussion at some point. But I did enjoy it. I had a good time. They did something different, and is this going to launch another series of Silent Night, Deadly Night movies? I guess we'll have to see how it does on VOD because nobody's seeing it in the theaters.
Yeah, that's a sad thing. I mean, I know earlier in the chat someone said this wasn't exactly a limited release. I mean, here it was only playing in like 5 theaters. Yeah, 1,600 screens isn't limited, but it's still bombing, sadly. I had to it was a little frustrating because I had to Uber my way back and forth to the theater to see this, and I could only see it on Friday night. I couldn't see it Saturday afternoon. It was it was basically Friday night at 8 p.m. And so I got there a little frustrated, but at the same time, I loved it. I would put it right next to the original. Right next to the original. I'm glad they brought this parapsychology angle back into it. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there already. The centerpiece of this whole movie is Billy dressed as Santa Claus and taking the axe to a bunch of Nazis in Santa Claus suits, who they're celebrating a white power Christmas. it's insane.
Well, that's a scene. It's not the whole story. It's not him killing.
It's not the whole story, but it's absolute insanity. And I love, they play Christmas music throughout the whole thing. There are references to all the films, more or less. There's a reference to Black Christmas. I don't know if you picked up on that, Dan.
Yeah,
you did.
There's they throw out Garbage Day here and there. It wasn't but
best line of the franchise.
Yeah, they pay homage to some of the other stuff. We don't get any roaches or
no. I mean, the father, he does watch the grandfather, he watches Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. The Pia Zadora masterpiece. I mean, if you get a chance to see it in the theater, check it out. I mean, it's seriously, and I'm telling you right now, guys, I'm already in love with Ruby Modine, who plays the female lead in this. She's Matthew Modine's daughter.
Yeah, she was in the
Happy Death Day movies. Yeah, she's in in those movies, and that's what I'm saying. Aside from the parapsychology element, this movie is also a love story. Insanely as that sounds, and it works. It actually really works. I mean, I loved it. I loved Rowan Campbell's performance. I mean, I thought it was executed very, very well. And like I said, destroying the white power Christmas ceremony was the highlight of the evening for me.
That was the only thing, though, that kind of felt like, I mean, it's a fun scene, but it did feel like it was more, would have fit more with 2012.
A little bit. Yeah.
But
a little bit.
It's a good time. I'm thinking a lot of people probably will embrace this one. I know there's going to be that group that they want that gore porn. They want the over the top
gore.
There is more. Like it's an R-rated movie.
So you're telling me they pulled back quite a bit?
You see axes going to heads and people getting, it's not that Terrifier style.
But does it feel like that they pulled back so much because
I don't think it was pulling back. I mean, there's a lot of people like Terrifier. I enjoy those films, but there is a group of horror fans that's not insignificant that they just don't need it to go that far. They don't need spines torn out of assholes.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying, like, other things like nudity or whatnot.
They don't do that
because that happens a lot.
Yeah. So there is some modern stuff in there, but
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of torn if I want a sequel to this. I mean, I'm sure they will make one. I mean, if they get Rowan Campbell and Ruby Modine to come back, I'll be totally down for it. But if this is the end of the franchise, I mean, look, I think it ends on a very, very high note, honestly. We don't need another one. Like, we don't need another Terrifier movie, even though there's going to be another one coming. I mean, this one, it works on its own while at the same time honoring its legacy and what came before it. And here again, I think it's my favorite next to the original.
I think
Period.
that's where it's going to fall for a lot of people.
Yeah,
I do. I think
it
again,
was worth the trip. It was worth the trip. Yeah, so check it out, guys. It's in theaters right now. I mean, I definitely Dan and I think are both giving it thumbs up. I mean, we're high on this one.
Y'all got the popcorn high kicked in all the way.
Oh yeah.
There is a more cheaper popcorn tin that they did sell. And you get popcorn, $17.99, and you get the popcorn with it. So I did think nice touch on the inside with the
And as a final addendum to our discussion here, I was going to mention that if you want 3, 4, and 5 on Blu-ray, they all came out on Blu-ray in 2022 as part of that Vestron video series, and they all have bonus material. You can get it for $13.
Yeah,
that's it. Yep. Yeah, I actually think it would be worth it for $13, even though it's a definite mixed bag in terms of the films that you
crappy
get.
old DVD release.
Yeah, there you go.
Which costs more than the $13 that new one is.
Insane. But 2025 was pretty damn good. Yeah.
So how would you rank these?
Well, okay, let me go ahead and say that I think my personal ranking would be going from the bottom to the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, Silent Night, Deadly Night 84, and Silent Night, Deadly Night 2025.
You got that number 1?
Yep, I think so.
Oh, shit.
I think so. I loved it.
Yeah, well, the original, I have to think about it a little bit. I mean, I think the third is the worst.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's
for
fair.
sure. Third is the worst. The second one is the next worst, just because again, it's not. I chuckle at a few things. Eric Freeman's funny, but it's not really a movie. Then it gets it's harder to rank them, but I would say the first one and then this new one is the second best. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like the original is strong. I wouldn't call it great, but it's strong. And then you do a massive dip, and then it's a slow progression back up. I mean, I can understand the Malcolm McDowell Silent Night having a mixed reaction, even though that was kind of its own thing.
That one's horror junk food. It's fun.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. It's horror junk food. 100%. Yeah.
I'm not ranking these fucking things.
Okay, Lauren.
Well, for
based on Dan's and I reactions, though.
You actually kind of sold me on the movie, so I don't know. What? I fucking hate modern political garbage being thrown in movies on either side.
Okay.
I fucking hate it. It's gonna annoy me. That scene in particular is gonna make me just angry. Because
it's a little random. It did feel more like
it's just like, aren't we clever? We're attacking the white supremacists. Who fucking is that? Is there an easier fucking audience like bait?
I don't know if there's a lot of Nazi raves. I don't know if that's how that works.
Yeah,
it's like to a certain audience member, they're gonna like any scene where you dunk on fucking Nazis. Hey, I don't like Nazis either. I don't like white supremacists. You're not gonna meet a more open-minded person in the world than me.
It's like putting the applause sign up in the theater.
I'm tired of it. Like, create just bad characters that are bad characters, but the moment you have to take them to a group that everyone's going to whip out their lighters and be like, "Whoa, yeah!"
Hey,
you're going to do that, make them
still
real
loved it,
Nazis. Like the Sisu films earn it because they're real. Those are really Nazis, right? I don't know. Whatever. And
it's hard
I probably shouldn't have this strong of a reaction, but it is my big pet peeve when chocolate and peanut butter make a Reese's peanut butter cup, right? They've been adding shit on the regular, and I try every fucking one of them because I'm an idiot. And it just reminds me how much I like regular Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah.
I don't need your political messages on either side because I'm a
enough,
libertarian.
fair
I don't like the right or the left. Fuck both of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just like, yeah.
To me, I haven't seen the film, but it sounds like they didn't go for it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I wouldn't rank these things. Like honestly, the first film I think is pretty good.
Yeah.
The 2012, 2009, whenever that fucking last remake came out, was fun but ignorable. And then all the rest kind of live in this valley of, wow, why did this really get made? And you can pick which one you like more.
Well,
but
the Toy Maker is a special exception, I think. I mean, that one at least, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an asterisk.
It's an asterisk. So again, I have 30 years to live, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say I watch one movie a day, which I don't. But let's say I watch one movie a day. There's a limited amount of space. This is not the level of let's revisit this ever again. None of them are. I'd rather.
It'll be a while. It'll be a long while before I watch any of these again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, it goes 2, 1, 5. No, 2, 1. Silent Night. 5, 4, 3. That's the way it goes for me. Because I haven't seen
the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I put 2 at number 1.
Okay.
The thing is, for me, ranking and my favorites are completely different things.
Right.
So if I had to say the best film in the series, by far is the original film. It's not my favorite.
I'm saying my favorite, you know, like.
Yeah, I mean, Part 2 is my favorite, believe it or not. If I had to rank them in my order of how I like them, it'd be 2, 1. I'm trying to think now. 2, 1, 5, and then 3, 4 would be the way I'd go.
Oh, so Silent Night's the last?
Oh, I did. Did I say that? Yeah, I put that third, didn't I? The remake. The remake. Oh no, the remake would be third or fourth in there.
Right. The remake's third for me. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys gonna see Silent Night, Deadly Night in the theater or streaming? You think?
I'll just wait.
Just wait till it's streamed.
I'll just wait. I mean, I might see it next year. You know, so there's no telling.
I wouldn't go out of my way to see it, but streaming, I'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate how horror now, like, don't go for it anymore in America. It's discouraging.
And if anybody's interested, Piz actually did interview the director Mike P. Nelson, not to be confused with Mike Nelson from Mystery Science Theater 3000, but he did actually interview him on his Bloodstream a couple of days ago. Yeah. So I believe that's it for tonight, gentlemen. This was
it's a long one.
This was a long one, but hey, it was great. Yeah, it was great.
It's fun. We crammed a lot in today.
Just a word. If you don't want to go see the Silent Night, Deadly Night film, there is an Indian action/crime film called Dhurandhar that came out this week that's getting phenomenal reviews.
Okay.
And so see if there's a theater around you that's brave enough to show it and support it if you can, because the more you support things that are not in the mainstream, the more we're going to get out there. That's been proven since COVID.
Okay.
No one's going to take that advice, but I have to say it.
And just a few more from the chat. Movie Eddie says, as he gets hit by a bus, his last words, he says, "Should have seen Silent Night, Deadly Night." Yeah. So yeah, that's it, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us tonight, and this was a great conversation. Yeah.
Good night.
Oh, yeah.
Good night all.